Okay, so
You just kill Bob.
yes,
No,
shot him.
he faced.
Um, we were in the interrogation chamber. Bucket has just been ushered in. The door has been locked behind him after you guys saw the lawyer getting distracted by a phone call. So you guys have a couple minutes with Bucket, the farmer.
Howdy. What are you doing here?
Well, apparently I've been implicated in some grand conspiracy. So they loaded me up with amnestics, so my memory's back. Hi, Skeeter. So, yeah,
Are you mad at us?
a little bit. A little bit.
So I'm out of character trying to figure out if I did anything specifically that he would be mad at me for.
I feel like we did a pretty good job trying to help him.
I was trying half the time, so
He should be mostly fine with me.
We just sort of took advantage of his memory loss is all.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, he's gonna take off his half-broken plague mask. Half of his face is still caved in and bloody. Like, he is straight up, like, one of his eyes is gone.
From what?
The wrench hitting him in the fucking head. He's not very
Well-
tough.
Huh.
He should have gotten tougher. That's not our fault.
When he does that, I'm just gonna Caesar's just gonna turn and look at Skeeter and just stare for a second with the burning intensity. Huh?
Plot twist, Skeeter's the one from memory loss. He doesn't remember doing it.
Oh,
So-
Skeeter, right. Skeeter caved his head in. Okay, I remember Skeeter caving his head in now.
allegedly? Not sure how much allegedly there is.
David, that doesn't work. He remembers you now.
Oh shit. Fuck. Alright, well, if I remember correctly, I didn't even hit the fuckers, so why is he upset?
You totally did.
My stat was too low.
You still whacked him.
I thought that just counts as a miss. Anyway.
No, you rolled well, didn't you?
Oh. No, I rolled one die on physical. How could I have done well?
Didn't you take your time or some shit?
Yeah, I think you took your time and
Take your
managed
time.
to.
How do you take your time hitting someone with a wrench?
You lied.
That's what I
I think that you did it as part of an intimidation or something.
Okay, that still doesn't count because
Regardless, I do remember you
out of my
having
neck. I'm saying with the character that I've rolled, there's no physical way I could have hit this man.
No, because I remember you hitting him because it broke his mask. I very specifically remember that happening.
All right. Well, if we specifically remember me breaking a mask, I guess I did it.
So the issue is, he may have trusted you implicitly and not rolled any form of defense.
Oh, okay.
Because it is Bucket. He is,
Okay,
he is
now-
the opposite of a combat character.
Well, sorry about that, partner. I honestly can't remember why I was hitting you, but I'm sure I had a good reason.
You got
You
bored because
didn't.
I was trying to sell you my stuff, and you got bored because I was explaining what they did.
Yes,
You didn't have a good reason.
good reason.
Yeah, I sort of remember that we didn't want that to happen.
Anyway, how'd they implicate you? I thought near everybody was selling the polychrome in the area.
Well, they got an anonymous tip from several sources that unknown individuals carrying polychrome were using me as an exchange point. Me and the local shopkeeper got caught up in it, and long story short, this reeks of Fed involvement. I don't think it's legitimate. I think they're trying to use me for something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the-
actually sort of agree with you there. And we're listen. I know how admin works. I know that they want the easiest solution, but also, I think that it doesn't serve us to go with just incriminating the easiest people on account of the fact that, well, You're
Bucket is gonna
basically not involved.
Bucket's gonna gently place a hand on your shoulder and go, You don't need to convince me to fuck with the feds, man. He's gonna open up his jaw, take out 2 of his teeth. Turns out they're hypodermic needles hidden in there. He's gonna go, okay, so this is an invisibility potion, and this is a polymorph potion that will turn you into me.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that you're actually competent?
What's happening?
Did you think you would? I mean, sure, the memory thing, but like,
Man just likes to get lit on weekends, I guess.
Well, he was also just kind of silly.
yeah, but like, the farmers mess with amnestics sometimes, and they don't get good at amnestics without being good at other stuff.
The farmer.
I don't know. I just sort of.
He's gonna look at you and he's gonna go, I don't like the person I'm sober, but when I am sober, I am very competent, yes.
There it is. All right. Well,
Anyway, they don't know I have these. This one, again, will make you invisible. You're only gonna have skin-tight clothing. I couldn't get the displacement field to go any further than like a centimeter. Second,
does that include artifacts?
artifacts are usually treated as a part of you. They make
I
it
figured.
work. He's gonna stop and look at your cuckoo clock. Go, okay, maybe that one might cause issues, though.
We'll make someone else go. We'll make Caesar invisible. I feel like he's the best
I
person.
can't lie. Well, I can kind of lie. I have 4 charm, but I have no lie.
Bucket's gonna start juggling his teeth. He's gonna go, well, I had a 3rd potion, so the system's kind of busted. That kind of cracked when I got my face caved in. But what's gonna happen?
Look back at Skeeter.
Oops.
What's gonna happen is I only have a potion that makes someone look like me. I can go invisible and get out of here, and do some stuff. If one of you guys look like me, any negotiation the lawyer does with you is gonna be invalid. Now that being said, I would absolutely love to fuck with a lawyer for 2 hours. If that's what you guys want to do.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we have something to do today, right?
Yeah, I was gonna go home because I still don't think we should be fucking with the government.
We're not. You would be better than them.
We're not. We're trying to.
Bucket is
Make-
like he's gonna like gently place his hands on your face, Jay. Just like squish your face a little bit. Go, I'm sorry. Did you don't want to fuck with the government?
That wasn't me. That was David.
No, he's doing that to silence you, all turning to Skeeter.
Oh.
I mean, like, not in this particular way, not in a way that's gonna fucking fuck me over like this.
It's not.
I mean, I personally think that we won't get fucked over if we make good decisions.
Bucket's gonna lead in and go, there is only one good decision. That is
Is
fucking
it fucking with the government?
That is fucking with the man. He high fives you.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think that maybe we should always be fucking with the government.
I am now going to join the silencing magpie initiative.
Just, you know,
Skeeter, listen to me. We've disagreed in the past. None more so than right now. But listen to me, man. You are always fighting the government. What's something you enjoy doing?
Fighting random hicks in the underground.
If the government had its way, do you think they would allow that? No, it's unsafe. They permit it because they have to. You
guys, like,
assert...
actually,
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm
You're
saying that if they
saying
get their way, what they're gonna do is they're gonna make things safe. They're gonna make things regulated. You're gonna have to do fucking boring Formula 1 races. Nothing but turning left. Is that what you want to do, Skeeter?
The government wants to take away my mech?
Of course they do!
The government wants to they're putting chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs gay.
Over my dead body.
The government wants to put chemicals in the gas to turn the next
Bucket
day.
puts up a hand going, my man!
Okay, I high five him. I'm on board now. For deregulated mechs, that's why I'm in.
Magpie, you see Bucket giving you a thumbs up from behind his back. The Skeeter can't see.
I wish it wasn't that easy. I'm sort of feeling like I'm bad at my job right now.
Yeah, maybe don't be a fucking fan. Alright.
Listening and learning.
Alright, Bucket's gonna, like, turn out his bag going, there's not much I can make in short notice. I got about 2 hours before, oh, I forgot to mention, nest sticks are really bad for you. I have about 2 hours before I undergo total brain death. So, we need to work fast.
Sorry, can you, like, prevent that? Is that one way?
Nope. Nest sticks are incredibly complicated. And, info that you might want.
Were you just planning on wasting 2 hours and then dying?
Yeah. Anyway, so...
What the fuck? Dude!
Live fast, die hard, baby. Let's go.
So, nest sticks are highly regulated. The only 3 factions that have access to them are farmers, admin, and the corner store coalition. I know for a fucking fact the farmers didn't bring me in. So that means either someone high up in admin did this, or someone high up in the corner store did this. And I'm not sure bringing me in is what the people dealing with your conspiracy necessarily want. I don't know if that's a second player or if they have a greater scheme, but something to consider.
We did get followed by someone that I'm not entirely certain was hired by the same people.
That means someone might have caught on and they're not happy.
Fun.
So, from what I remember, based on the... You know, it's funny, people don't watch what they say when they think you won't remember. But, from what I've gathered...
Just, like looks up into the left, like...
So, from what I've gathered, the greasers and the mall rats aren't working together, but they need to for this to work. The people bridging the gap right now is the corner store coalition. The guy they have doing it, Brisket, he's fucked over the corner store in the past, and he had someone help him to get back in. He might be doing it again. But last time wasn't on his own, this time's probably not on his own. He also wasn't known as Brisket before, but whatever.
Sure.
Well, we know from Button that there's another piece here that we are still missing, that we still haven't interacted with.
I will say, are you sure they're doing it for money? Because
Absolutely not.
I've been selling this stuff at a loss. They have not been making money off the stuff they've been giving me.
Hello?
What's the goddamn point?
Do you think the point is just to destroy the pillar? Like, I don't understand what is happening here.
I sort of weirdly wouldn't be surprised, or I'd be surprised, but like, I mean, obviously they would have an agenda as to why they'd want to destroy it, but people do fucked up shit here, and I wouldn't be that surprised.
But still, like, come on.
I will say, they were very careful about how they were distributing it. If they didn't... So, if you look at the locations they were handing it out, he actually pulls out a map and starts crossing off. I know the circuit, I know the other vendors who had it. Look how it was distributed. He's going to cross off a few points by the garage, a few points by mall rat entrance tunnels. They distributed it in such a way that it didn't create conflict. With a very limited supply of polychrome, other factions should have been fighting for this shit, but they did it in such a way that it looks like it acted as bait, if I had to guess. I don't know what that means, but at the very least, I don't think they were trying to start a turf war.
Yeah, but
I think they did start a turf war.
No, that's been going on for a while before all this happened.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah. The polychrome stuff started like right after the garage thing happened, where the creatures broke into the Mallrat tunnels. Like it happened like a week after.
Interesting.
Like it was fast.
So what would they have to gain outside money? I don't think we have probable cause for just breaking the pillar. That, like, we could assume that, but we don't have a reason to other than it seems obvious.
Big Red Button said something about the pillar. She knew that the pillar was going to go down. When we were talking to her earlier, she mentioned it. She knew that it was going to, she knew something was going to happen to it. And that something weird was going to happen, like what we saw, which means that more than just us know about what is going to happen to the pillar. It's not just more than just us know that something's going to happen beyond a normal collapse.
Bucket's going to take a hit of a blunt, and he's going to go, now, did they allude to something happening with the pillar, or something happening with the knowledge of what's going to happen to the pillar?
Both.
That
sort of.
Yeah, I think mostly though that knowledge, not all of knowledge, meta knowledge kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that
All right.
that we had not found, that we had seen something that we had not seen.
Yeah, she questioned whether or not we actually know, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do some academic source interrogation. What are the 3 sources? I'm assuming you're abiding by the rule of 3?
Yeah.
Biden?
Well, my magpies.
I'm putting one of your willpower into timeout.
What did Leo just say?
Biden?
Our first source was me. It was my magpies, and they saw something.
First source was Newsflash.
Well, yeah, but one of the sources was me. It was the magpies. They saw something weird. It was always the 5th pillar from sight that was fucked up, and in some angles, nothing was broken.
Which we did.
Power done that before? Is that how it expresses uncertainty?
I don't think so, right, Sam?
It is not how you built it. That is not how it
Yeah.
works.
No, that's not how it works. If it's uncertainty, it just shows me the most likely thing.
So, is it possible it's an illusion power?
We thought about that.
Well, I've been inside the pillar.
Yeah, that's another source.
All right. Newsflash. Do you know the details for how their do you guys share the details of how Newsflash's power works with them?
Just like brief, like high level stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's really all we
not going
have.
to give away like super detailed secrets on account of the fact that like that is still sort of her boss.
He's gonna nod and go, okay, so it doesn't sound like it generates the newspapers, it just pulls newspapers that will exist. There's a very big flaw there. If there's someone in the corner store or admin, they could just have something printed that's false. And it would show up.
But that would require knowledge of a bunch of different things, wouldn't it? Not only would that require something to trick. I just point at Magpie, and I point at Caesar.
See, here's the thing. The issue is that points in the future, so if someone finds out about it in the past, they have all the time they need to rig it so that it happens. Time loops are a bitch that way.
What?
If someone in the past finds out about a prediction from the future, they have until the prediction's interception point to basically stack the deck so that the precognition's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying something that happens or doesn't happen is a binary?
More so, I'm saying if someone's in admin, it's possible they find out how Newsflash's power works and then rig it. which means
Interesting.
you might be seeing a reaction to the reaction of something that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Interesting.
So the
But-
collapse, therefore, might be a cover-up.
Or we cause the collapse through our own actions.
That is also very possible, yeah.
Or now hold up. Now if you're saying that they might be they might be engineering newspapers, right? This is a pretty major thing. Is it do you think that like what if it's a cover for something else? You know?
Also,
Well, like you said, they're not. It doesn't seem like they're actually making a profit off of their polychrome sales, which means that they're probably up to something else.
Mm-hmm.
What can polychrome be used for other than strong
What can
building?
it be used for?
that's not a good lead. It can be used for most anything. Hell, I can use it to make stuff. That polymorph potion that uses polychrome. Greasers, they like to use it for their chassis. They like to cover their vehicles in because it doesn't rust. It doesn't get scratched up by the high road. Mall rats in particular like to use it for their circuitry.
Did we
What's up?
sorry, I just had I have a question. Did we ever get like a sample of
Yeah, you bought some.
Yeah, we have a sample. You
we
bought
have a
some.
sample? Okay.
You bought it.
That's right, I did. I would like to. I don't know if I have the capabilities, but like, right now, like, what if there's something specific about this polychrome? Because what I'm thinking is like, if they're spreading it around right without causing conflict, that means that their number one, like, one of their top priorities is distribution, right?
Yeah.
So what if there's something in this polychrome, something that they want to spread?
Beyond just polychrome.
Like beyond just polychrome. Like what if there's like an ulterior motive behind getting this shit everywhere and like quiet?
Hey, it's been a long time out of game, but like a day in game. Could you remind me the purity that we were told the polychrome had that we bought?
It's like there's like 5 grades. 4 is like I think. God, I'm blanking myself. Let me check my notes. So the stuff that's coming out of that column is like the second highest grade. But you remember from the shop you guys got that there's like multiple grades. The stuff you guys saw for the most part is polychrome of the second highest grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that seems to be what you have here.
Okay.
And do you remember the purity numbers on that?
I believe it was 4, and then the highest one was 5.
No, like percent. Because I believe I remember it being like 99.99% or something like that pure.
Something like that, yeah. That's like grade.
Very
That's like
pure.
grade 5.
Yeah.
I will ask if the polychrome that we purchased, which should be within range, is the percent purity that it was sold to us as.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Magpie, you're an admin. Admin would note there is the possibility of memetic hazards, which is information or like thought-based hazards. That being said, you don't see any like engravings or anything on the polychrome that would indicate like a memetic agent.
And a memetic agent is something you would have to be aware of, so they couldn't hide it per se, right?
It could be like, well, they could do like etchings on the polychrome. That would be like the texture would convey a message, but you've handled the polychrome. You didn't detect anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can ask the coin. I can just ask the coin if the polychrome has a memetic hazard.
That's just like a. I don't know. It might just be just not. That's not it, and it could just be like something else. There's some other reason why they're trying to offhand it so quickly.
Well, regardless of why they're trying to do it, we need to figure out where so we can deal with this before something happens.
Mm-hmm.
How long do we
That's
have
the most pressing
again?
issue. What's up?
How long do we have again? We only have like
You hear the lawyer pounding on the fucking door.
that's not actually what I was asking about, but that is also important.
Did you mean for like the amnestics? How long we have to play? How long?
I meant how long before pillars go boom.
Oh,
Couple days?
Like
It's been 2 days, so we have 3 more, right? It was like 5 days, I think.
something like that. You guys have multiple days, but the real
But not a lot.
timeline is whatever this admin's doing. You're more likely to run out of time due to like those machinations than you are time
Yeah.
running out for the pillar.
How do we stop the lawyer? What do you,
Well,
I'm
one
not
of you
necessarily
guys
just
could-
asking Bucket. I'm asking like the whole group. Like,
Uh,
do we pretend to be Bucket, or do we let Bucket fuck with it? I mean,
Well, I think you're the
I-
best lawyer.
I would think that the best option would be to get Bucket out of here, since he only has like a couple hours to live,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that a long term?
and he can be useful during those hours.
Bucket's gonna go. They can reverse it.
So would it be better for you if you stayed?
Well, if I get the invisibility, I am certain I can break into at least some common precursors and make an antidote.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I saw where they got it from, and I'm pretty
Yeah,
confident
well
I
then-
can break in.
It sounds like if you want to live, then we gotta get someone to pretend to be Bucket.
Well, the
I'm
lawyer,
still-
I'm certain, also has some.
Right, but we want you to be useful.
Correct.
Oh,
Is that
Mark, you said
Callus?
about him living. Usefulness is one thing, but like,
I
just
feel
wanna
like
do
you
that.
would be sad if we give up, from sort of the vibe you've been given about how you feel about admin.
Well, I don't intend to give up either way. I just want
I'm
to.
trying to Bucket.
Oh yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
just to
This
save
is
your
a-
life.
This fucking scheme glows in the goddamn dark, man. I don't trust it.
Okay, well, who's going to pretend to be Bucket?
I'm a robot. I can't drink a potion.
Well, I think you're the best liar.
I
That is certainly not true, Seth. I have 2 dice in charm.
Oh, you don't have lie?
are we a no charm party?
No, I have 4 charm. It's just all of my dice in, like the skills are in persuasion.
I have a
Not why.
hard dice in. Or I have hard dice in perform, but that's
I mean,
different.
but maybe you just don't even need to talk. Just don't say anything. They're trying to get stuff out of you, right? So I don't have to say anything. They're just gonna try and get you to sign a paper, yeah? You just not say it. Sign. Just be like, rump. You know?
I feel like Caesar's the best choice, though.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Also, it would be suspicious if the admin member of the group suddenly disappeared, I think.
That's
No, I agree with that.
Also, one of you guys, actually, you guys might need to distract the guards as well. The chop dock might have thermal sensors, and if the Crimson can detect heat, they would notice me even if I'm invisible. So, like, a minor distraction would be appreciated.
I can do minor distractions.
Everyone's got fucking something.
All right. In that case, Bucket's gonna toss the polymorph potion. And
this 2 ways or just one way?
It wears off after an hour.
Okay.
He's gonna put the other tooth to his neck, going, "We all settled?"
Wait, what are we gonna do to get you out of here, though?
Oh, yeah. How are we now?
If I'm invisible, open the door.
No, not you, Caesar.
Well, presumably, we're gonna. Once Bucket is out, we say, "Hey, this was not Bucket. This interview is not. This is not legally binding." Yeah.
Yeah, but how do
I am terminal right now. They can't keep me in here for the entire duration. There's going to be a period where you're going to have an out.
Caesar just has to pretend to die.
I will certainly do my best.
Caesar's going to, like, ruffle through his bag. Do you want a suicide pill?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Caesar, have you had enough?
All right, let's make this convincing. Bucket's going to start stripping. He's going to throw you his fucking garments. Go, get changed to that, press the tooth to his neck. He's going to turn invisible.
I will toss him my clothes.
He goes, I can't wear those. Please just wear them underneath the garb.
Alright, that works.
I have some fishnet in here. It's like fishing around in her bag.
if you want to be sexy and invisible?
Bucket's going to have, like, an internal conflict and go, later.
Wait, what?
Real quick, I need to step away for a second. I will go ahead and do the thing, but I need to step away. I'll be back in like 2-3 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
What does Bucket look like? Well, Bucket has no face anymore, right?
He's just, like, fucked up, that's all. He's, like round, button-nosed, like, rosy red cheeks, just blonde
Kris
hair
Kringle?
slicked back. What's that?
He's sort of like a Kris Kringle sort of guy.
Kinda. Like a thin, young Santa.
Except he deals drugs.
Like a thin young Santa.
Look, man, Santa's bringing healthcare this year.
Is that what we're calling this? Healthcare?
Look, I'm just saying,
Fucking popping pills until you can see sound?
a libertarian commune in the fucking North Pole, an unincorporated area that functions on indentured servitude and the dispersion of consumer goods across the globe. I'm just saying, Santa's
Can we lighten
workshop
up a little,
sounds
kids?
like a libertarian paradise to me.
Can we lighten up a little, kids?
Yeah.
My chicken pit is too effective, and I'm making too many eggs.
That's amazing.
Oh no.
Okay, so how are you guys going to distract the guards? You do
Good
have
question.
Junkzilla in this.
I do have Junkzilla, which is basically just a big walking distraction.
Do you think we could have Junkzilla fall over on top of something? Wait, Caesar, I have the perfect Caesar. Skeeter, I have the perfect idea.
What?
Okay. You think you could hit the ground real hard and make all of the car horns start honking?
All the car horns? How
You
far
know
away
when there's like when a car gets rocked, the alarm starts going off? You think Junkzilla could like punch the ground and shake the earth or something, or like shove one car into another and do a sort of domino and make all of the car horns go? Beep, 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 beep.
Do I think I can do that?
Well,
Sam?
if they're
How far away
super
is
far
the
away, it wouldn't be doable. But emotional support vehicles are everywhere.
They are. Huh?
Because greasers need their cars, so admin has allowed them deep into the facility.
Yeah.
Perfect. Once again, hurting my clankin for the benefit of the party.
Alternatively, we could blow out all the windows.
No windows in here.
Fire alarm.
I feel like there is none, and there's just a secret way of knowing when there's a fire around.
Yeah, the secret way is Laplace's demon. We could do get help.
We're not doing get help. I hate get help. I was gonna say.
And look at Hex.
Wait, I was gonna say.
What this means?
Hex still looks like a toy, right? Like a little toy creature.
They they did ship Hex's main body here. You can say you guys stopped and picked up Hex's body, or they can be in the toy form, whichever you would prefer.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't really solidified, was it? Because I didn't really make a roll, I don't think, in between here and there.
Because here's what we can do. Here's what we can
Rolls
do.
made, so it's fine. What's up?
Hex, if you're in a toy body, you can
Okay,
scamper around and I'll chase you. We'll pretend that you're a rogue AI or something. I need to get back.
You are sort of a rogue AI.
Well,
You're like as rogue as an AI could be.
okay, hold on.
I'm under the impression that Hex is not an AI.
Hex is so rogue that she's not an AI anymore.
We just need to sell the story.
The question
Yeah,
is,
well-
would a Chopdoc and a Crimson know anything about AI?
What if I just go, I'm a scary AI?
I just need you to run around so I have a pretense to chase you and knock into things clumsily.
Okay, I can do that.
Anything that you want me on?
You can chase me with magpies.
I mean, you can cause chaos while I'm distracting everybody in your own sneaky way. I'll let you go free flowing.
I'm putting 2 dice in body.
She pulls the clown nose out of her pocket and she says, "Nobody cared who I was until I put on the nose." And then she puts on the nose.
And all of a sudden,
Damn it.
You see, Hex puts her 2 hard points in body, and is like, and she kind of gets weirdly, almost cat-like, on the floor.
Like the centaur body is now a cat instead of a horse.
Yeah. Which kind of goes, all right, okay.
All right. Let's
I
roll
blast on my speakerphones. Oh no, my magnum opus is getting away!
I'm just gonna leap at the door, out through the door, if I can.
Yeah, it pops open. The lawyer goes, "It's about fucking time." And then he just fucking one of his legs get taken out by Hex running between them. Oh god!
Watch out! And I'm gonna just point I'm gonna point at Hex, and I'm gonna use my leading the eye so that everyone who's in. I'll have one of the guards look.
Yeah, we're gonna say the Chopdoc goes. Is that a cat? We have cats.
And I'm gonna stealth.
Yep, you are stealthed. The Crimson takes like a full 3 seconds and goes, "Huh, what?" Like he was completely zoned out.
Come get me, you big stupid piece of metal. I throw like a random piece of like wire at in Skeeter's direction.
Get back here, you dang varmint! And I'm gonna start charging at him, claw kind of lowered to the ground, like I'm trying to pick it up. 100%.
Wait, you're you're in the mech.
On the way.
The lawyer's gonna go, "Oh Christ!" He's gonna like slide out of the way as Junkzilla just crashes into the hallway, goes charging down the hallway. That just leaves. If Magpie is stealthed, that just leaves Caesar, looking like Bucket, wearing the mask and garment.
So what I'm doing, so you said Bucket had a blunt earlier, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming that's mostly smoked, so I'm just holding the like still burnt end of it that's just gone. Just kind of sitting back in the chair.
Jesus. He's gonna get up, brush himself off, go, "Is that a fucking..." He's gonna slap it out of your hand and go, "This is serious. They're leveraging..." Look.
Can I find another one?
Yeah, there's...
I'm sure the pockets are fucking full.
There's at least 6 on the breast pocket alone.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna pull out another one.
But Look, I know I am not with the people that brought you in. I am on your side here, Bucket. There are very powerful people that do not want you sharing what you know.
Well, if you had just left me on the amnestics, I wouldn't.
That wasn't me. Look, the corner store is fucking livid right now. They called in some favors. I'm with, we'll call them a concerned third party, okay? Look, I have a document here. He rolls out a similar piece of vellum like the one he handed Skeeter.
Yeah.
This is a medical exclusivity form. It's going to say anyone you dealt polychrome to is covered under doctor-patient confidentiality. I need you to sign this.
So I want to start. I'm not gonna hurry. I want to start reading through the document to like see stuff.
Bucket, I need to remind you, you have about an hour left to live.
Should be about an hour and a half.
Why are you so farmer? Right. Look.
I love this because that's also what Real Bucket would be doing.
I'm going to try and like pull out another blunt while I'm reading this. I'm not even going to attempt to light it. Just like hold it in the hand that I'm turning the page with.
Emotional support blunt.
Just he goes to slap it, just stops and goes, "What fucking difference does it make?" And we're gonna cut to Junkzilla chasing Hex down the hall. Magpie, are you staying in the cell or are you heading out?
Are the guards following Junkzilla or are they staying in the cell?
They are staying at the doors. The Crimson just kind of laughs. The Chopped Off just goes, "Fucking audit groups, right?"
Is there... Okay, first question. Does Kudemon break my stealth? It does, right?
No, only if the attack itself breaks your stealth.
How do I determine if an attack breaks my stealth or not?
Whether or not it has.
If it has subtle, it doesn't inherently break stealth unless the target passes an opposed perception check. Or, if you roll a stealth multiple action with your attack, and you both get a set for the stealth check and the attack, you won't break stealth. If the attack has obvious, it breaks stealth.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Okay. Darn. I don't know if I could make that roll.
If you have a gun that has obvious on it.
I was just going to throw something. My goal was I want to, well stealthed, make something break in a sort of significant way.
Just trigger the Crimson. Heck, you don't need to attack, just scare them.
Yeah, that's true. I'll just walk up behind the Crimson. I'm gonna squeeze into... Is there any, like, small space in a direct line of sight to the Crimson?
There's a vent across from him. Like
sus, vent, sus,
cool.
vent.
Alright, we'll power time out, Seth.
I'm gonna shove the little nose into the vent, and then I'm going to very loudly and disgustingly just sort of drop out in front of the Crimson.
He just stares at you. Going, "You having fun there?"
Yeah. I got a little stuck.
No worries. He walks over, grabs you bodily, and just rips you out from the fucking...
I kind of am imagining it looks sort of like you know when a clown, you know the clown trick of the pulling the scarves out of the mouth?
Yeah. Long magpie.
And I think that it's just taking like a really long time. And that's my distraction, I guess.
He gets you out through like the 5th foot of your abdomen, you just hear him mutter, "What the fuck?"
Also, as he's pulling me out, there's just birds sort of wetly falling on the floor.
Ew.
One half of Magpie is being pulled out, and the other half is being put back in.
Yeah,
So it
he's
just
sort of
keeps going.
sliding back.
The chop doc goes over to the birds. You see like this mechanical tendril extend from his back and it starts vacuuming up the birds.
How many birds can he vacuum per round?
Like 4.
Damn, so he can outpace me.
Yeah, he's just
Not if the birds are hard to catch.
The birds start moving. Wasn't that just so silly?
He's gonna nod and go. The Crimson's gonna nod and go, "I'm gonna go get a clown to help me with this. You got this?" Chop Dog gives a thumbs up. The Crimson goes, "Alright. If the lawyer has any issues, just... whatever the fuck a lawyer does, I don't know." He's gonna wander off.
Hey, Jay, can I publish that quote?
Isn't this just so silly? Yeah, sure, you can publish Isn't This Just So Silly?
No. The one that's in Quotes by Request.
Pulls out clown nose. No one cared.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we're gonna get back to as Magpie's doing that awful fucking distraction. We're going to get to Jungzilla chasing Hex down the hallway. I want to know, did you guys have like a stopping point in mind, or are you just gonna fucking grip it and rip it until you reach the end?
I assume the end point was outside of admin.
What did Hex think the end point was?
I think Hex immediately lost track of what's going on and is actually just fucking around. So I think I think actually she doesn't really understand what's going on 100%, but I think seeing the Crimson like begin walking away, she's gonna start running in his direction.
You'd have to like double back around and run the opposite direction of what you were to get back to the Crimson.
Shit, damn. Okay. In which case, I think. No, yeah, she's just gonna run in the opposite direction. I think just try and make a circle to see if she can get to wherever the Crimson's going, like to intercept the Crimson. Just because, halfway through all this, she realizes, wait a second, how are we gonna tell where where Bucket is?
Find you.
So she's just going to I guess that's actually what she's gonna do. She's gonna start actually looking around for Bucket. Okay, she's gonna start seeing if she can follow any signs to where any sort of chemical thing would be. She doesn't know what the hell's going on, so
Alright,
I guess gonna try and rendezvous with Bucket somewhere.
a mind plus navigation check to see if you can figure out where they would be keeping a chemical depot.
Listen, I've got 2 hard dice in mind.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so, even in your tiny state, your processors are burning hot. You go, okay, well, if they need to... They would probably need stuff at the doors in case an audit group comes in, covered in caustic chemicals. So they probably have, triage sites by the main entrances. There's one not too far from you. So
Okay,
that's
I think,
probably where you think Bucket's gonna go.
Yeah, I think at the same time, she's gonna try and cover as much surface area as much as possible, if that makes sense, so that she would knock into someone invisible, basically.
Yeah, you don't bump into them.
Okay.
You keep in mind that we are in a ruse right now, so wherever you go, I'm going.
So
Yeah, I know, but
ground following you.
it's more of Hex doesn't know where Bucket's gonna end up, so she's at least gonna see if she can duck her head in and be like, "Oh, that's where you are,"
Okay, so we are going to the triage site?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how that plays out. So, as Hex is doing the mad dash, darting back and forth between the hall, jumping onto things, jumping through the air, covering as much space as possible to bump into Bucket if he's invisible, has the incidental effect of also just straight up crossing the ankles of everyone you come across. People are jumping out of the way, people are tripping, people are seeing a fucking 12-ton mech tearing down the hall, going, just freaking the fuck out. You see a single admin go, "That's not an approved way to use the emotional support mech!" And then he just fucking gets punted into a nearby, like, stack of paperwork.
He'll be fine. He loves that.
They're all about that shit. Hex, you break into the triage tent, injured people everywhere, and you do notice a single syringe floating in the air before it's like disappears, as if it's like sucked into something invisible.
Okay, in which case I'm gonna immediately try and dash under Chunkzilla. Because I imagine he's right behind me at all times.
Skeeter, you see Hex dart under Junkzilla. How do you interpret that?
Well, the thing about Skeeter is that he is a showman first and foremost. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna have the head of Junkzilla comically follow this small little creature underneath his legs and then tuck into a roll as he just skitters out of the roll.
You have 4 wiggle dice and drive, right?
I have 4 wiggle dice and drag, yeah.
Alright. So as if a giant crab-like tumbleweed just bounces once into the roll, skids, 6 crab legs just pierce into the ground, killing the momentum as it slides, and just the very tip of the crab claw touches the triage tent. You hear just an incredibly girlish scream from one of the farmers on the other side. And then like you hear someone slap them and go, "Don't freak the fuck out. It's just a mech." And yeah, you managed to save the triage tent.
Okay.
You guys found Bucket, and now, that being said, do you have any plans for contacting the guy? Let him know.
Well, first we need to figure out a plan of contacting Hex. I don't think I can contact Hex and actually catch Hex now. So
Yeah, if you actually catch Hex, she'll stop moving. She doesn't know when this bit is ending.
Okay,
I love this.
sick. So we're just kind of perpetually chasing until something stops us, I guess.
Well, no, you can. Yeah, are you?
I would imagine you're just
Hex?
faster than
Doc, I
Hex.
thought you said your default state was being chased.
Yeah, right now I'm just being chased.
I want to point out, Junkzilla is absolutely faster than Hex. You can
I assume it ends the second
Skeeter
Skeeter wants it to.
Okay. All right. Well then, I guess I can catch up. I just don't know if we've accomplished the goal or not. You know.
Oh, gotcha.
Like my
Alright,
goal is
so
to
that
act
means-
until it's no longer required. I don't have a means of knowing that we mission accomplished.
Don't you have a radio?
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all have a radio.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we left one in there.
Yeah, we do have radios.
Okay.
Yeah, Hex,
Well, then-
Hex still had one of their powers set to act as a radio, and you have a radio in Junkzilla, so you guys can actually communicate.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well then, assuming I am aware that we have found our mark, I'm gonna just like quickly run up and scoop up Hex in one muscly or one giant crab claw.
She's gonna go. No!
You just see this giant, oversized crab claw grab very gently with one corner, grab this tiny cat automaton by the scruff, hold it up in front of the cockpit's glass.
I like to imagine that there's 2 plates that like come together if you grab them to function as an actual scruff.
Makes the little symbol monkey ding. Yeah. So you guys are at Bucket's tree, like the triage tent Bucket's stealing his materials from. It doesn't look like any of the people inside have noticed him yet. It looks like he's going around to various trays and like little freezers, and he is just grabbing what he needs. You do notice a small complication when it looks like he's about to grab something, and one of the triage nurses picks up the tray and puts it in a freezer and does a little lock on it. You see him messing with the lock, and the jingling appears to catch the attention of one of the doctors.
I panic and I throw Hex at the doctor.
Roll drive auto for me.
No, I'm assuming you're not trying to injure this doctor. Just
I'm not trying to kill the doctor. No, I
okay.
am just trying to.
I figured that should be made clear before dice were rolled.
Well, we'll see what the dice say. We'll see what the dice say about how badly I kill this man.
You have 4 wiggle dice. You can kill this person if you want to.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Do 1 penalty dice. So you're rolling 1 fewer dice. You're going to deduct that from hard dice. Or if you don't have 4 hard dice, then normal dice. Or if you have no more normal dice, wiggle dice.
Got it.
Deduct
So
1
I go
dice
from.
for holding back.
Got it. So I go from 4 hyper dice to. Wait.
You should have some normal dice you can deduct from first. Remember,
If you
So for my drive, yeah, I've got 6 normal dice and then 4 wiggle.
Okay.
okay, so you just would roll 5 normal dice instead.
Yeah.
So I just roll 4 dice. I just roll 5 dice and then by wiggle. Oops. Alright. What is the
If anything, it'd be best to hit him in the leg right now.
So
Yeah.
you would want to like
Leg
1,
is
2, so-
Leg is 1 and 2.
1 and 2? Perfect. I'm gonna do
You don't actually want the match to be super high. You probably just need like 2 or 3, right?
okay, then I'm gonna get I guess I'll be safe and we'll just do 4 2s.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
I feel like that's a lot.
You feel the full weight of this goddamn mech. The hydraulics hiss as it just slings you through the triage tent. You go through you straight up just obliterate a tray full of surgical implements. Knock an IV bag, just a spray of saline through the air. You just hear a doctor go, "What's with that loud? What the fuck?" As his straight into the knee, he's airborne for a full second before he lands on his shoulder and back. It appears Bucket has taken this time to just rip the lock off the freezer and knock it on the ground to make it seem like it was also opened in the chaos. And you just see him you just see handfuls of stuff disappearing.
Just eating it?
Like he's storing it in the invisibility field he has going on. You just hear one of the doctors yell, "What the fuck was that?"
I don't know. I'm a fucking cat. What do you expect? I'm gonna kick him very lightly with one of my legs and start a mad dash out again.
Don't you have 2 hard dice in body right now?
Well,
I mean, you don't have to actually kick him.
Just kick his skull in.
It's yeah, I could hit someone, or I could jokingly hit someone and not,
murder
clock
him.
them across the face.
No,
just,
but
tap
hard
them in the
dice.
eye.
Hard
You
dice.
can choose to not use hard dice.
Yeah, you can choose to not use hard dice.
It's not like it's always on.
Unless it is, but that's a different flaw. Basically with hard dice, if you use them, you have to roll all of them, and it's full power only. But you can choose to just deduct them from your dice pool before you roll.
What I'm saying is, does Hex have anything other than hard dice in body?
It's 5 regular dice, but
Oh, okay.
I can
Never mind.
do a regular non.
Hex only had hard dice in body
Got it.
right now.
So you can roll to kick, or you can just roll athletics again to just scamper on out.
I'm gonna scamper on out, but I will also do it off the person,
For flavor, a kick.
for flavor.
Yeah, just a little kitty kick. You bounce off his face, go scattering. You hear the doctor yell, "Someone get that cat!"
Skeeter grabs.
And you actually see an admin knock on your mech, Skeeter, and go, "Hey, you straight up threw that cat. Why?"
You bit me.
He jots it down and goes, "Thank you, sir," and he leaves. Now, the escape's going great until, even though Hex is darting underneath these beds, bouncing off of filing cabinets, you're right at the exit, sailing through the air when you feel a single hand catch you by the stomach and just grip you there midair, snatched straight out of the air as you're being held by a greaser. Go, "Whoa, hey there, bud. Calm down."
Yeah.
He just starts scritching you behind the ear. Goes, "I got it, guys. I'm on my way out." As he just walks out with you out of the triage unit. Go, "So you an AI? What's going on here?"
Definitely something.
Alright, let's get you out of here,
Where's-
bud.
Where's the other dude? I'm gonna start looking for wherever Skeeter is.
You see him talking to an admin. He goes, "He's probably getting written up right now. I wouldn't worry about it."
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna take you outside and let you go out.
Sure. Let's see where this goes.
Alright, you guys are right by the main entrance. He opens the door, goes, "Alright, do you need, top up a battery acid or anything? I got some in my ice cream truck over there."
No, going into random people's vans. My mom, my mom always told me never to go into random people's vans. So
Yeah, that's fair. He puts you down, gives you a little pat on the head, and goes, "Alright, well, have a good one." And he gets in a very familiar-looking ice cream truck. It's the same kind that's been all over the alcove. He kicks it and just drives away. I will say, Skeeter, you are handed a citation for reckless use of an emotional support mech. It appears to just be a warning at this time. And you see Hex being carried outside by a greaser, and the greaser is getting into his ice cream truck.
With Hex?
Not with Hex. Hex is left on the ground outside.
can I still look over to see Skeeter?
Yes.
I'm gonna start running after the van. I'm kind of trying to motion Skeeter to follow me.
Cool. I toss the citation on the ground. I start running after.
Gavin goes, "Sir, you forgot your citation!" He jogs after you. But it's straight up gone as you burst through the entrance, concrete and glass raining down beside you as you scoop up Hex. Are you chasing after the ice cream truck?
Yeah, I'm chasing after the ice cream truck. I gently place Hex on my shoulder.
Now, what happened to also have gotten Bucket in here somehow? Would you?
No, I didn't see him.
Well, maybe, hopefully, Magpie will be able to figure that out.
Yeah. Is this our guy, by the way? Who am I chasing? I'm asking Hex.
That's great. What did he look like?
He had a full-on mask on.
I think you have seen this person, right? Didn't you see him in footage?
Kind of. You saw his shape, but he's always been very covered up. He's got, the
Magpie's also the one
standard
who
black
signed,
thumb, leather jacket, got a leather cap on, the back black balaclava covering his face.
Well, he was definitely a dude. There is a dude in there, and probably someone we didn't know, because he was just hanging around admin for whatever reason. But it was definitely some kind of greaser. I smelt it on him.
Okay, because like we can't just be shaking down every greaser in a truck, right?
Yeah, but that's like the specific one, right?
No, good enough for me.
The greaser's gonna like look out of his window. You're gonna see him turn on his hazard lights as you see him climb out of the driver's side window onto the top of the ice cream truck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna steer it by kicking the side of the ice cream truck to do swerves as he pulls out a fucking just bazooka.
Oh yeah, okay, maybe this is our guy.
Now, what in the goddamn?
And we're gonna cut back to Seth in the interrogation room.
So okay, no. You need to be a lot clearer about. I don't understand legalese. Can you explain what this is? I'm just going to point at something that doesn't look like a
written in plain English. It just says you won't testify in court about anything relating to the drugs you have provided people, which we are counting the polychrome amongst as a medicinal medicinal fortification. Just it's completely the same as all the other medical NDAs you have ever signed in your life, which I know you have because you're a fucking farmer. Just
Hold up.
sign.
Do farmers usually actually sign it NDAs?
When it benefits them, yeah.
Okay.
They like the legal system when it works to their advantage. Sometimes.
How long have I been like riling this guy up at this point?
Like 30 minutes at this point.
Okay, how long do I need to rile this guy up?
You didn't really get a limit on that.
I mean, like Bucket's gone, right?
Yeah, Bucket's gone.
Yeah, I am just gonna keep like asking questions about stuff. And just see like if I can burn some of this guy's willpower just by asking stupid question.
This lawyer is
so-
going to steeple his fingers. Bucket, I understand. Actually, no, I don't understand anything you're fucking doing. We have a lot of ground we need to cover after this. Okay? I have like 4 more points I need to talk with you about after you sign this.
I'm gonna put the thing down. Okay, what are the 4 points?
I can't give you the Nestix reversal agent until you sign this.
Wait, you just have it?
Yes!
Why not?
Because the 4 points we talk about need to be legally non-disclosable. And if you're under the effect of amnestics, you're not legally allowed to sign this.
Okay, so just to be clear, if I sign this, that means I'm not gonna have to show up in a court. I don't have to deal with admin or any legal garbage.
That's exactly what it means. That's all I want.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna pull out a blunt to attempt to use as a pen before requesting a regular one.
He's gonna slap that one out of your hands and hand you a fountain pen.
I am going to write this as the signature.
It's so good.
As you sign
That's actually Bucket's exact signature, and you actually we're actually all screwed over now because that actually is his exact signature, and therefore it's perfectly legally binding.
I don't think a provable forgery is legally binding.
So as you sign it, as you finish drawing the happy face on the bucket with the fountain pen he handed you, you're gonna feel a slight tingle in your fingers. And you're going to see the ink begin to shift to form your signature, Caesar's signature. You just used his artifact.
Well, I mean, Caesar has never sold any drugs that he needs to worry about right now.
The lawyer is going to look at the paper and he's going to slowly look up to look at you, Caesar.
Why did you assume I was Bucket?
Guards!
That's like, keep girl boss.
Magpie, I imagine, is right outside, right?
Yeah, Magpie absolutely. Magpie actually see and roll a perception check for me, Jay.
Dice. I did not open my dice roller.
Like, he was out of here the second the door was open.
Yeah. The door is open still, so
No. Caesar's saying that. Sorry, I didn't do a southern accent for that.
That's
He
fair.
was out of here. He was out of here
got
the second the door.
Sevens.
okay. You said you got a pair of sevens?
3 sevens.
Awesome. All right, that gives you 2 rounds. You see the lawyer look up at Caesar before he yells for the guards. You have 2 rounds to take actions
Before he
before he yells.
before
for
he
the
yells.
guards.
I am. Is he aware of me?
He's kind of tuned you out as like background dumb clown bullshit.
Does that count as me being stealthed in his view?
Yes, he's not paying attention. Now,
Cool.
the only one here helping you is the Chop Doc. The Chop Doc is the only guard that Crimson left to go find a clown.
What would the repercussions be if I knocked out the lawyer?
Bad. He would probably sue you for assault.
You know what? That's a I'll give it to him.
Can I use like an action to like alert Caesar?
Alert him that the guy's about to call it. It's you feel like it's pretty self-evident.
Yeah.
Jig's up on that one.
So I can't. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like a way that I can. What I want to do is I want to slam the door, but I want Caesar to get out first. Which,
You
looking at
could-
the chop doc, can I like? Is there any information I can get about the chop doc just looking at him right now?
Yeah, he's obviously got a lot of like physical augmentations, like a reinforced skeleton that's actually extending past his skin. He's got a number of steroid pumps just at the ready on his arms. He's got multiple sensor arrays like sunflowering out of his head and skull. Not a lot of meat left on his surface, so he's probably decent in a fight, based on the level of like subdermal augmentation you're seeing here. You don't know what like you don't know if he's got like weapons or anything built in though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to, like, 1v1 this guy, because I don't really have a combat ability.
He's
So-
not going to try and kill you. You might be able to distract him to buy enough time
Oh.
for Caesar to bail.
I mean, I could just do the good old reliable and just point at something.
So the door's open, right?
Door is open.
Oh,
You
cool.
have to do. Wait, no. This is what you have to do. You have to do the. Hey, what's that on your shirt?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna go, "Hey, what's that on your shirt?" And I'm just gonna point at his chest.
He's going to look horrified. Go, I'm wearing a shirt.
You know, your armor thing. I don't know what else to call it.
He's already
So-
looking down.
I'm going to. Can I non-lethally Kudema him?
Yeah, Kudema normally matches whatever damage type is done. So if you punch him, it'll do shock damage.
I would like to non-lethally flick his nose, do the extra 5 levels of base damage on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that deals 6 shock damage, we're going to say. His light armor reduces that down to 1, so to him it just feels like a normal flick on the nose. He's going to go, oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's my
You're
distraction.
very
That's
funny.
It's 2
so-
rounds.
So while that's happening,
I'm just gonna subtract 1 willpower from myself for doing that because he called me funny.
So while that's happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig deep into the recesses of what happened earlier today. I'm going to grab a handful of blunts out of whichever pocket seems to have the most. I am going to throw them at the hand opposite the door and say catch, to kind of try and draw the fella's attention the other direction, and then I'm going to coin walk out past the door.
The lawyer is gonna swipe the blunts away, scramble after you, but he's just a lawyer. He can't keep up with the speed run strats as you fucking flick and return the coin. The chop dog is distracted for a round, so you're coin walking out as Magpie flicks his nose. You get about, 20 yards?
You see Magpie
yes.
do the cringe of someone who just lost willpower.
It's 20 miles an hour, so I think so, yeah, 20 yards.
20 yards per round. You're halfway down the hall before the chop doc even notices as the lawyer yells, "Guard, get him!" As he goes, "Huh, what? Oh, shit!" As you're now 40 yards down the hall. So, main issue. You see this chop doc. You hear, like, the pressurization of, like, hydraulics and, like, muscle augmentations as he fucking
No,
launches.
I need to be clear. I'm going to stop when I'm 40 yards around. I'm going to turn around, and I'm just going to yell at the chop doc, "I'm not Bucket."
He doesn't really have context for that. He wasn't fully informed of the situation. I'm gonna need either a dodge, block, or opposed brawling check to either avoid him launching himself down the hallway at 100 miles per hour, or to try and break his grapple.
Is he damaging me?
No, he's trying to restrain you. He's basically just launched himself down the hallway and is trying to...
Okay, so the question is being restrained that bad for me? Because I'm not Bucket.
You might be charged with attempted impersonation of a suspect.
Oh, it's not attempted.
I mean, you did impersonate a suspect.
Okay, so could you run through the... Because I super wasn't paying attention because of my next question. Could you run through what my options were again?
So, this guy is basically using one of his implants to, like, launch himself. It's not standard movement, so you have some extra options. Normally, if he was using normal movement, you would only be able to roll an opposed brawling check to try and break out. But you can try and, like, roll dodge to avoid his launch, or roll block if you want to try and, like, parry out of the way. So dodge or block to avoid the launch and get out of range of his grapple, or an opposed brawling, but he looks very strong.
I have 2 dice in all of my options.
Deeply unfortunate.
You could attempt a dodge, and if you fail and get grappled,
Can I just
kind of fuck with the
go
lawyer.
up?
You're in a hallway.
Okay. I've been assuming there's just a lot of vertical space because
There is vertical space, but I will say the amount of vertical space is not enough to really pose a problem.
no, that makes sense. This is a very vertical setting, I guess. So I had been assuming a lot of vertical space, so I wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, main issue is your doors in a dank hallway.
Dank.
I'm going to instead roll persuasion. I'm going to see if I can say, "Hey, put me down. I'm not the escaped prisoner."
All right, so you say that after the wind's knocked out of you, as he gets like a shoulder into your diaphragm, you feel several of the mechanical tendrils just straight up lock your limbs. As he holds you up, he goes, "You sure look like him."
I'm aware. He had a He's a farmer. He had a thing that made people look like him, and he had one that turned him invisible.
And you just took the juice that would make you look like him?
Well,
I was curious.
it got put in me, yeah.
Roll. That's technically speaking a lie.
Well, it did get put in me.
Well, yeah, but you're trying to mislead him. I'll give you a bonus dice for like phrasing it well.
I'll take 5. I'll try and roll Y on 5. That is a pair of 10s.
Ooh,
Alright,
baby.
You see a little like panel come out over one of his eyes. You see a little loading thing as you say that statement. It comes up with a check mark. Is well, you're not lying. So,
I think. So would I reasonably assume that he has had time to get the amnestics and get out, or get the anti-whatever stuff and get out?
It is.
I-
Yeah, he's had a minute. He's had minutes. So
I mean, he's had a half hour. He should be gone,
yeah.
right? Like he should just be gone.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd be surprised if he wasn't in
I was
Snickers
being
Mac.
a little bit coy, but yeah, he's gone.
I'll just say I think he was trying to get stuff to reverse the. Like, am I able to move my limbs now, or is he still?
He's loosened up. He's still looking you up and down because he is noticing you're wearing Bucket's clothing.
Can I like flick my head, to reverse the stuff?
That makes sense. That makes sense actually. He's gonna roll scrutiny, but I'll be honest, he doesn't really have enough dice to do this. He relies mainly on his lie detector. So yeah, he's gonna put you down. The lawyer's gonna catch up and go, "This man was impersonating my suspect, my client." I goes, "Yeah, no, it was actually a forced transformation. Lie detector confirmed it." And the lawyer's going, "What? But
I'm gonna walk up and be like, go up to the lawyer and be like, take off my butt nose and be like, "Excuse me, sir, what seems to be the problem here?" Surely admin can help.
He's gonna look at you. He's gonna do some mental arithmetic and go, "I need to go talk to my client." He gets on his cell phone and walks away.
Your client Button?
By the way, did he toss those papers?
Yeah, they're still tossed about in the interrogation room.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually send a magpie back to when he tossed them and just sort of grab him out of the air.
Right, you get a few legal documents. He still has some
I'm
in
not,
his
like, walking
briefcase.
into-
There's not like a ton. It's mostly the NDA, but you got like 1 or 2 sheets.
I mean, could the magpie just take them from the past?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the ones that were thrown were mostly just the NDA.
I mean, is it so? What I signed, they have.
Yes. Plus
Okay,
like
that's
the
all I-
1 or 2 sheets. When he was like going, we have 4 or 5 more points to cover. He took out like a few sheets as an example. It wasn't the whole thing, but like you got like 1 or 2 sheets about the future things he was going to talk about.
Okay,
The
That's
rest
good
are
for me.
still unfortunately locked up in his briefcase. You can't steal those.
but what's important? So he can't do anything with the fact that I signed that document, right?
Yeah, no, that fountain pen made that null and void because it showed that the signature was a forgery.
Okay.
Also lets him know Bucket got out and probably has amnestic reversals on. So he's going to get on a cell phone, make a call. We're going to cut back to Hex and Skeeter chasing down this ice cream truck. You're going to see this man fire an RPG at Scrabzilla. What are you guys going to do?
Brace for impact.
I would rather not.
See, shoot and see if you can shoot faster than him. Prevent him
I
from shooting the thing.
need a wind up for this thing to work.
The rotor gun does take a round to wind up.
Yeah.
I haven't been winding it up.
No, because I don't just free fire on people.
You don't need to free fire to wind it up. Just get it spinning.
Okay, costs energy. Anyway, you don't understand. You're not a mech pilot.
Caesar.
Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is, as I'm running, I'm gonna try ripping like a rock from the ground and hucking it at the incoming projectile.
All right. Roll drive.
Roll and drive.
Actually, this is actually going to be multiple actions because you do.
Okay.
He is doing evasive maneuvers with the like the ice cream truck. Like he's taking corners at insane angles. He's ramping off of shit just by like he's basically surfing the ice cream truck.
Figure that one up. He's Mr. Beaning it.
Yeah, exactly. So he basically doesn't need to make drive checks. He just has that covered. So you, on the other hand, you'll need to do a drive check to keep up and a drive check to huck a rock. So that's going to be one penalty dice, and you're going to try and roll 2 separate sets.
That's easy. You have 4 wiggle die.
Yeah, easy
I know,
peasy.
just letting you know.
This is easy for Skeeter. Okay. Might not be easy for Skeeter. Let's see. So, smaller numbers happen earlier? Is that a thing?
Smaller numbers hit different locations. It's the number of matches. So, like, 3 ones goes faster than 2 ones, right?
Right. Okay.
But like a 1 might hit a tire, a 10 might hit the engine.
We don't have any knowledge of the speed of his thing, right?
One second. What am I doing? I'm rolling d6s instead of d10s.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm dumb.
You know the ice cream trucks have both nitro and some of them just straight up have a jet engine in the back. The jet engine, if it's on if he gets onto a long straight plane of road and activates the jet engine, it kills his maneuverability, but you're not catching up to him.
Okay.
Even with Skeeter.
What happened? What?
Even with Skeeter, we're not catching up.
The jet engine is very fast, and Skeeter just has a standard engine in right now. He doesn't have nitro or anything.
All right. I'm just gonna pull 3 10s on both of those checks to throw the rock and the drive.
All right. So,
Does he still get a willpower for getting 2 10s even though he's not using?
if he rolled 2 10s,
I did roll
yes.
I did roll 2 10s naturally.
Yeah.
And then 3 of my dice I converted to 10s.
You still do get that willpower. It's just rolling 2 or more 10s in a set do give you willpower.
Sick.
Okay. So, he's not building as much of a lead. He had to slow down to surf out of the way of the rock as it comes in. It looks like he can trade speed for dodge dice. The rocket launcher got 4 8s. So that's going to go off before the rock even goes out.
Damn.
It's going to go straight at Skeeter. Go off course a little bit as the rock kind of changes where the mech is, as the explosion kind of makes Scrapzilla stumble a little bit. It doesn't deal much damage, but it looks like doing direct damage wasn't the idea as you look down and you see rust extending from the impact site. And you remember the greaser's name, Rusty.
This fucking asshole.
You hear Junkzilla's servos begin to screech as the friction builds up. You see the engine heat climbing.
Damn it. Alright.
I don't think Skeeter is too well versed in the paranormal to know all the ins and outs of how powers work.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a fair set. That's a fair.
But you can still roll streetwise to try and get alright, what are common ways I can try and stop a transmutation power?
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same.
If you can also just have Hex try and roll that, because if you roll that, you're not going to be able to roll drive.
I'm gonna say Hex, take care of it.
Alright, so you're going to be hit with 2 penalty dice, so you're rolling 2 fewer dice this round, and you're hit with a gobble dice. Now, penalty dice hit before you roll. Gobble dice, I can just deduct a dice from a set you roll. So if you roll 3 10s, I can go, nah, 2 10s now.
Hex is looking up how to deal with this. Also, I think immediately she just has like a tissue paper and some beer she's pouring on it.
Hex is like, how to stop rust, Google.
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, I got 2 10s to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Okay. So that'll go off pretty much after anything these two do. So David, what's are you just trying to keep up until you can figure out a solution for the rest, or are you going to try and do another maneuver?
No, he fucking hurt my ride, so I'm gonna hurt his ride. So I'm just gonna take this opportunity to since I can't since I'm assuming I'm slowing down, right? Like I'm seeing like that the missile did some shit.
Yeah, you're starting to rest, so you're going to start slowing down.
Okay, well then we're just gonna put everything that I have into throwing a rock at this truck to try and knock it on its side while I still have it in my sights.
Alright. He currently doesn't have a rocket, so you're going to see him throw away the tube and move to get back in the driver's seat. He might be doing some dumb shit you don't know.
Okay, well, it's do or die. I need this to work because if I wait for my gun, he's just going to be gone.
Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah, I'm just going to try huck a rock at his truck. Fuck you.
All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let's see. All right. You're looking at 5 9s.
Okay. That was with the 2 penalty dice, right?
Oh, sorry, 2 penalty dice. I didn't. Sorry, I rolled the full set. I didn't know.
No worries. I kind of figured.
Well, 4 of those 9. Here, I'll tell you what. 4 of those 9s were my wiggle dice anyway. So I'll just re-roll it.
Okay.
I had 1 9 originally. And so it's 4 9s, and then I also have 3 3s, but I'm not doing another action. So.
Got it. Okay, so I'm going to use a gobble dice to eat one of those 9s. So we're down to 3 9s. You chuck the rock, and instead of his lights being yellow or red, you're going to see a blue light kick on as an energy shield deflects the rock. That does break the energy shield, though. Weirdly enough, you see him slam on the brakes, and as he gets closer, the rust actually starts to exponentially get faster. So that brings us to Hex. A common weakness for transmutation powers is that they transmute less the farther away they are. Or the closer they get, the faster it goes. And you can stop them by getting out of his range entirely. Which means if you let him go, you can stop the rust immediately. But if you're trying to fight the rust itself, if you have another form of transmutation, or you have like polychrome, for example, doesn't rust, so it wouldn't be susceptible to his power, it seems. If you had a way of like augmenting your mech.
Well, I can't exactly. Oh, am I? I'm not on push tuck anymore.
Oh, we can hear you, yeah.
Turn my entire mech into polychrome.
Yeah, right now, Kerchow. No, I think Hax will just say, okay, you know what? Actually, I don't want to deal with this, and we still have fellows we have to pick up back at admin. So how about we just turn about face, and you're we can catch him later, because this thing is just gonna keep destroying your machine unless we skedoodle.
Bro, this was your idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and now it's also my idea to get out of here. Sorry.
Seriously? He's right there, dude.
I don't really know what else we're gonna do, to be honest, because
Why don't you get out after him?
I mean, I guess I could, but once again, like,
Hex would
I kind of, like,
disintegrate.
I kind of look up at if he gets my hard drive out of this thing, then, like, you know, I think that's actually death for me. So
Alright. Jesus. We suck at this. Alright.
This was good information gathering. We know what's covered us
I
now.
think with this information, like, there's nothing I can do here about the rust, so, I don't want to damage Junkzilla anymore, so, I think I'm gonna back off.
Alright, as you
yeah,
slow
let
down,
us.
he's gonna kick on an invisibility cloak and you lose him.
Son of a bitch.
What the hell was he even doing here?
Yeah, how did you find him?
What?
How did you find this guy?
He just picked me up.
Seriously?
He caught me in midair, which is a little bit wild, but
Huh.
I mean, I guess I gotta be a cat more.
Well, now I'm pretty sure he's wise on that. But
I guess so.
we could turn you into something else. Maybe that'll work.
A dog?
Dogs are so fucking basic, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
It's got to be, you know, I'm an artist, you know.
Bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon.
Oh, we're cooking with gas.
Bearded
Wait,
dragon,
wait, quick,
Bearded
turn into a
dragon
magpie.
massive tits.
What?
Huh? What?
You just
I hit the gas.
So as you cut off that awkward conversation and hit the gas, it feels normal, which is weird, and it doesn't click until you look down and realize all the rust is gone now.
Oh, shit. I'm actually super psyched about that. I was not looking forward to having to sand down my entire mech.
It seems maybe once the power ends, it just leaves? It's hard to say.
Is this the same rust we saw, like, covering one of the things?
The roof of the... It's hard to
Yeah.
say, because you don't see too many traces. Once you guys pull over, you can make a perception check to see if there's any traces of it left.
Okay. But we're gonna, back to admin.
Alright. You guys pull up back to admin. Magpie and Caesar. Caesar, the polymorph potion has worn off completely, so you're just back to you wearing some surgical scrubs.
Nope, I, as soon as possible, have doffed the surgical scrubs.
Got it. Wearing your normal
It's
clothes.
just naked.
Yep. Am I still down my jacket? I don't actually know.
I think you got it back, didn't you?
Should be pretty
if-
easy to
If
find.
she didn't have any other options, like, she was keeping it, I wasn't going to take that back from her.
I think you got it back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, you guys are, I'm assuming you're just standing by the giant fucking hole Junkzilla ripped in the wall and his mad dash out.
Yeah, probably just like chatting with whatever janitors rolled up.
You have a whisper lost in the wind cleaning up the wall.
Why is it all?
What?
It's all like music names. The janitors.
Yeah, they're just like that.
Okay.
They're just sort of poetic.
Everyone is a JoJo stand.
Yeah, you know,
Starving artist of the.
yeah, this guy, he caused some trouble for one of the, what are they? The farmers, too, and they just make some mess everywhere. Oh, look, there they are. They're coming back.
You see Junkzilla just mildly wandering up. Whisper just looks at you, goes, I mean, I know he causes problems, but he's still your coworker, man.
Yeah, but, like, gotta vent sometimes, you know? Anyway,
I guess you do.
I like the guy. He needs to know when to not hit the gas.
That's fair. You see Whisper pick up, like, just a pile of broken glass, chuck it at a door, frame it, form it into a fully functioning door. Go. Alright, that should hold for a little bit. Alright, y'all take care now, okay?
Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
No worries.
I break down the door again on the way in.
Yeah, it's just the slowest, just crunch and rip of metal as Junkzilla, like an inch at a time, just comes through the wall. Like you hear a backup horn.
As this is happening, I'm just gonna turn around, move out of the way of where Junkzilla's coming, and just make eye contact with Whisper.
She's gonna look at it and go, well, it's not technically him slamming the gas, so this is an improvement.
I pop the cockpit open.
Howdy.
I shout down to everybody. Ooh, guess who we met?
Frank Sinatra?
We found Hex ran into that Rusty dude.
Oh.
Oh.
We found out how he got his name.
Oh?
You actually, if you guys want to make a perception check, if anyone wants to make a perception check to see if there's any rust left.
I will not do that. I am just going to ask if there's rust on this thing.
Oh, yes.
Yes? Okay. Yeah, it seems like your thing's got a bunch of rust on it.
Yeah, but luckily for me, it seems like it's going away, so
I'm gonna ask if it's going away.
I'm not too worried about it.
Going away? No.
It's not going away, buddy.
What?
I'm gonna start looking around. I'll make a perception check.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
You should, before you do that, put your stuff into perception.
I'll do it next time.
Okay.
I have a 10 and an 8. Because I already said I was doing it.
No matches? Sorry. No, you don't find anything?
Alright, give me one round.
X's camera just gets really big.
It's like when a cat's eyes get really big, it's just silly mode time.
Yeah, how'd your interview with the lawyer go?
Oh, went great.
Are you good?
Yeah, he got real angry. It was super funny.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, he just kept yelling that it was like all the NDAs I had signed before, and I was just trying to laugh because I've never signed an NDA before this. She's just gonna sit there and start chuckling.
So did you guys find him?
Who?
Are we supposed to pick him up somewhere? Like, was that the plan, or is he just gone now?
I assumed he was just gone.
Buckman
that bad?
Just suddenly appearing wearing fishnets next to you guys. Going, I've been here the entire time.
Sweet.
He's back.
Like the fishnets.
I start pulling out his scrubs.
He just puts them on, goes, thanks.
The fishnet plan worked? Operation Fishnet?
That's that later.
That's
It's
a
now later.
good name for this operation that we just did. On account of the fact that we sort of sprang a net around some fish.
We'll workshop it.
You know, it's very telling that you're not actually a clown.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if y'all heard, but I'm actually pretty lucky. There are a lot of clowns that if they're not funny, they just get executed.
Good for you.
Usually it's by tomatoes. Bad.
So he's just gonna like ponder that for a moment for just like shaking his head, like, nope, don't want to know.
That way
Really?
lies madness. Oh. Bucket's gonna go, oh, cool mech. He's gonna be like, do you mind if I climb in?
Yes. Very much.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Can I get in the trunk?
What? I guess you can ride. I have a second free shoulder that we have space for.
Awesome! You hear the trunk slam as Bucket climbs in and shuts the trunk on himself.
Since when have I had a fucking trunk?
Well, we stuck a button in the trunk 2 sessions ago.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, yeah.
We totally did.
With us.
No, button, not bucket.
Yeah, Button was in the cockpit with us, right?
No.
No, Button was
The one wrapped in container
Dude.
foam?
Yeah, I thought because I don't have a trunk. I thought they were just.
Yeah, wait.
We
Oh, that was a
video-
joke?
We have video evidence of you having a trunk.
Do we?
Yes.
Since
Multiple
when?
sessions worth.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we record these.
Only pull up video evidence of me saying I have a trunk and I'll believe it.
Alright, I'll make it after session.
I don't know because I can remember that I put truck nuts on my mech, but I don't remember putting a truck or a trunk.
Button is stored in the balls.
Yeah, okay, that's going in quotes.
Alright, we'll figure it out. In that case, Bucket's just gonna ride on the second shoulder till we can get this resolved. Just perched. Anything you guys want to do while you're in Admin Central?
I want to go say hi to Newsflash.
I'd like to join you. I don't actually know if I have any intentions of talking, but Caesar here's talking with people.
Newsflash.
You hear a scream as like you knock and goes, "Oh, sorry, yeah, come on in."
I peek my head in. It's me, Magpie.
I'm gonna like peek my head in over hers. Hi, I'm here
12
too.
empty cups of coffee. She's sipping her 13th going, "Hey guys!"
I think that maybe you drinking so much coffee might actually make your anxiety worse, Newsflash.
Yeah, you're also supposed to only have I think it's about 400 milligrams of coffee per day, health-wise. You don't want to go over that.
Oh. Well, I always have been an overachiever, she says, sipping the black coffee. Anyway,
No, that's not how that works.
so, yeah, sorry, I've just been, she looks at the fucking bulletin board full of, like, just untold disasters and, like, an immediate time frame going, haha, yeah! What's up, guys?
So, if you gotten any more newspapers related to our mission?
More news? No, it's still the same one there. It's a bit covered at this point, but, yeah, it's still there.
What do you mean by a bit covered?
Well, news stories come in all the time. I have to pick the ones that are a priority.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were like talking about something physically. Sorry.
No worries. It's always good to ask questions. You only win if you understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's a really great perspective to have, Newsflash. Oh, well, this is hard. Do I feel like Newsflash is trustworthy?
No one talks to her.
No one talks.
You do get the impression that if
Right,
you
you
tell
said
her
that.
anything,
You said that at the beginning that I was like the only person to talk to her.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone else just comes by, grabs a newspaper clipping, and leaves.
Newsflash, can I confide something?
Oh, I love confiding stuff. Yeah, what's up?
Poor thing. That's out of game.
Well, all right. You know that sort of mission that that audit group that I got sent out on?
Yeah?
All right. So you may hear some things that perhaps the audit has sort of finished, but I'm just letting you know, putting it out in words on paper, getting the sort of, paper trail that we are still working on audits.
Well, yeah, it'd be a really short time if you had it resolved already.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. There's a lawyer who's trying to, I guess, sort of pin this all on one person. It seems like there's like a lot of factions involved. It's sort of a little overwhelming, but I just felt like you're one of the only people that I 100% know is trustworthy in admin right now.
Thanks, I trust you too, bud.
Hey, do you get newspaper clippings regardless? So, like, how give me a second to ask this, like, politely, because I don't mean to be rude with this, but it could come out rude if I asked it the wrong way.
Oh, no, I'm used to being rude. It's fine.
We should probably talk about that another time, but, yeah, so can you get newspaper clippings of, like, bad reports, like falsehoods, for example?
Yeah, it pulls stuff from actual newspapers that exist in the future. It's not coming from nowhere. If it's published in a newspaper, it shows up here.
But if the newspaper is a lie...
Well, I mean, we go through basic source verification. Like, we corroborate facts as best we can.
Aren't we that source verification in this instance?
No, we did some basic, like, groundwork beforehand. Like,
Okay, could you elaborate to me the basic groundworks you did?
yeah, like, we established that there was polychrome in the area. There's polychrome in the pillars. So therefore, I mean, it's not completely unfounded. So that was enough. We also had technically a precursor, I guess, but there's this, or precognitive, but his name's Hunch. He can kind of, you give him info and he can say, yeah, that's kind of reliable. It's not like super precise or anything, but it's pretty broad spectrum. So we asked, hey, is this going to happen? Or like, do you think this is going to happen? And how reliable is this paper? And he said, like, positive in the both ends. We don't know in what regard, but like, they're more likely to be good than not. Okay.
Now, is Hunch from like here, or is he from the alcove?
He's just an admin guy. You'll see him running around because, I mean, he's not really super reliable and he's not precise at all, but it's a very broad spectrum. Like if
yeah, sounds useful.
Yeah, you can tell you if something's more likely to happen than not.
I know you're not fine. I know you're not okay.
Why am I not okay? Why am I not okay?
But
He's just gonna gesture to the coffee.
Is there anything like, I don't know, personal that you need help with, or like would make you feel better?
Have you had a warm meal in like the past month?
Yeah, like can we?
Oh no, I haven't had the time.
I'm gonna order you some food on Zeamless.
No, I'm actually on a diet right now.
Oh?
Why?
Because food's expensive,
Oh no, you don't have to. You don't have to pay me. It's fine. I'll expense it.
Oh, that would be a misallocation of resources. I couldn't do that.
That's not a misallocation of resources. You're an important precog, and keeping you in top shape is important to our mission, our audit, because you're an important source for us, and so we need to make sure that everything you're reporting is coming from a 100% sound mind, and we got to make sure that you're taking care of your body in order for that to be the case. I'm gonna look at Caesar.
Is there like a kitchen in admin offices?
We have a coffee machine. She's like holding back tears from what Magpie said.
No. Like I know you just do coffee. I have a follow-up question. But like, do other people go and like make their lunches or something in the kitchen?
Usually we just don't eat. Not a lot of time.
Okay. Follow-up question that I think you answered. When's the last time you've consumed something that wasn't coffee?
Not coffee. I had a 5-hour energy this morning.
When have you consumed something that's not liquid? Like solid food.
I had a protein bar 4 months ago.
I'm just gonna like slowly turn and look at Magpie. Are all y'all like this, or is this? I don't
like lean in and whisper, like, I'm being honest, I'm being super nice because I'm afraid of turning into this.
Huh.
We're
I'm gonna ask the coin. I'm gonna like turn and ask the coin, like under the desk, if there's like a kitchen in here that I can go use.
No.
All right. Well, I'll be back in a little bit. I got another follow-up question that I want to ask, but I need to grab something before I do that.
Hey, yeah, no
what's your
worries.
favorite? No, you probably don't have a favorite food. We'll just figure it.
Tiramisu.
We'll get okay. We're gonna find a decaf tiramisu.
As soon as like we're out the door, I'm like, no, we're not giving her anything else but coffee. We're going to get her some spaghetti with meat sauce. She has not had protein. She has not had protein in ages. She's gonna die.
I usually just eat protein bars.
4 months. She said it had been 4 months.
Yeah, we might actually kill her. Wait, Caesar, we might actually hurt her if she hasn't eaten anything and we get her a big food meal.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get her kids like spaghetti and meatball.
You're right, she's paranormal, she'll be fine.
Yeah,
she goes, come back anytime. I'm always free to talk. Always.
I am going to go see if I can find somewhere that I can get spaghetti and meatballs.
There are places nearby. Unfortunately, it's getting to the point. We're past half day. If you want to get back to the alcove before Noche Obscura sets in, you got to leave now.
Okay, so
we're gonna order food to the office.
What I want to no. I have a plan. What we're gonna do is we're going to get a kids meal that is less than 5 pounds. We're going to write an instruction note on how to eat spaghetti because I genuinely am not sure if she knows.
And we're gonna have the magpie carry the.
And you're gonna have a magpie
pounds of pasta
delivered. Probably not even that much because that's a lot of pasta. You just need like a little bit.
I'm gonna expense it. Yeah, how much is this?
It'd be like 2 script.
Spend 2 script to expense this pasta for her.
Sam, I'm so sorry that we've wasted like 5 minutes on trying to feed this character.
It's okay. This kind of self-care is important.
No, this is other care. This is
I
not
know, but we're hopefully through this we can teach a little bit of self-care. I doubt it, but like it's a good first step.
You guys are doing a good job of keeping like friendly NPCs alive.
Magpie basically like just sort of had a Magpie was just gonna like check in and be like, hey, I just want to let someone know, and then was like, fuck, that could be me in a year.
So just after we're finished like ordering and walking back to the mech, I'm just gonna turn to Magpie. If I walk into the office and you're like that, we're gonna have some words. You understand?
Magpie nods and like pulls out another protein bar.
Hey, does Magpie want a fun fact?
Sure.
Newsflash has probably not slept in 2 years. A lot of admin just stop sleeping. Period.
Is that like a power?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's a power, that's a
In
problem.
some ways.
They also become immune to emotional manipulation because they become so depressed that they just don't get that anymore.
Also a power.
It is a power. It is literally a power they have in the gang.
Dude, your faction sucks.
Admin's great. We're just understaffed. If we could just hire a couple more employees. If people just would apply, then
Look, no one wants to work anymore.
if people would just apply for admin, then it'd be fine and we would be okay.
No, just a couple more employees, bro. That'll fix it, I swear.
That's how I feel every day going to work.
Just a couple more employees. It's gonna be great. Bro, I swear. Alright, so you guys get the spaghetti airdrop going.
So one thing is, I do want that Magpie to eventually report back and make sure that she ate it.
Alright, that's fair. Okay, so you guys head back to the alcove, or?
I head back to the mech at the very least.
Okay. You guys all gather on the mech, bucket in tow. And you guys make it back to the alcove with minimal difficulty.
Cool.
Yeah, no ambushes this time, nothing crazy.
I feel like I should be asking questions on the way about the rust. I'm going to ask if the rust is actively harming the paranormal rust that was applied to his machine is actively harming the machine.
No.
Will that rust worsen if we near Rusty?
No.
I'm going to ask the question if there's rust on his thing again, but make sure that I specify paranormal rust, because I don't think I did that last time.
So, you're asking specifically if the existing paranormal rust on his machine would reactivate if you get close to Rusty?
Yeah.
Now, when you said reactivate, do you mean it will rust the mech?
Yeah.
Then no.
I do want to just double check and make sure, asking specifically about the paranormal rust to make sure it's still there.
The paranormal rust is still here. There's paranormal rust on this mech.
Okay, I know I'd asked that earlier, but I realized it could have been arguably like ambiguous whether or not I was talking about regular rust or paranormal rust. So,
These are amazing. Thank you.
I think regardless, during this little bit of downtime that we have, Skeeter is doing just like a full like maintenance on
well, we managed.
see if there's any sort of internal damage or damage that wasn't like completely apparent from the initial encounter.
I think actually Hex would go get her good body and then help Skeeter out with that.
Yeah, so I know we did literally just pull it off with an electromagnet before.
So as you're scraping around the mech, pretty much. So it's very weird. Very little of it was actually turned to rust. Like there's a little bit of a scuff, Like there's a small dent where the rocket hit, and like, you know, the body's like a little bit rough around the rocket area. But you saw giant chunks of this mech falling off. You saw the joints grinding. None of that's here.
Wait, so like the parts that fell off
They're just repaired, I
are
guess.
not.
They're not gone.
What?
There's very little lasting damage.
Huh.
I wonder if this power has no physical change.
Well, I'll be damned.
Like,
This-
a little bit of it was turned to, like, did stay rust. It is still, like around the rocket area specifically, there is very real, like, rusting going on. But
Right.
not to the degree you saw.
Yeah, wherever I can find it, I'm gonna try and excise it from my mech.
Yeah, you get it done in, like, 10 minutes, man. Dude, not much.
And we'll
Yeah,
double check after he thinks he's done.
I've got this. So I've got this like rusted ass metal now. Do we have anybody who can get any kind of information on this?
Yeah, we have. I guess I could look at it in the past. Don't know if that will help.
Well, you're like location based, right?
Yeah.
I was like, we could go. I mean, you could go to the site. Oh, actually, we could do that. We could just go to
Yeah.
the site where I got blown up.
Could she just put it in the mech and send it back in time? Would that work, or would it have to be specifically where the mech
It has
is?
to be in the specific location
Okay.
where it was. But I mean, if we're passing by that way, anyways, we could just quickly.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the rocket impact Junkzilla, and you see a massive amount of rusts begin rapidly spreading out from the rocket impact site. You see it like get into the joints, you see the engine seizing up, and then as soon as Rusty guns it, turns on his invisibility cloak, he's just fine. Almost immediately after he gets past, once Rusty's gone, the mech pretty much, you see the rust flake off, disappear entirely. Like, it just turns into finer and finer rust until you can't
Okay,
even see it anymore.
Okay. I just want to be clear. It's not an immediate snapback. It's like it fades back to how it was.
It looks like it fades back to
Quickly.
how it was.
Okay.
Interesting. I really hope this doesn't just like reactivate as soon as I get close to him next. That's what I'm worried about.
According to my power, and I don't know how accurate it is because I have to be careful with how I ask questions about other powers, but it seems like it should. And I do want to check with the coin and see if there's still paranormal rust affecting this.
Affecting the mech? No. Present on the mech? Yes.
Okay.
Even after I excise it?
It's not in the location where you excised it, is what you would gather from the coin.
Yeah, there's more of it in there. I can't tell. I mean, we could tell you where. It'd just take a while.
Yeah, if I take a look, see with 2 hard dice in sense, would I be able to find
A
anything?
little bit of the rust dust has settled in like a very fine layer over the most of its surface. Some's got in the engine, some's got in the air taking valves. Just around. It would be a bitch to clean, but it is possible, hypothetically. But you'd have to take the mech apart. It would be a multi-day affair.
I think it's maybe not worth it. I don't think we can actually solve that. Question. I have damage on my character, and I can't remember what's that from. Would that reasonably be cleared? Some of it is killing. Could I have stopped at the triage thing on the way out?
You guys have Bucket with you, so he can just heal it up with a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah, Bucket can Bucket just treat us as we go?
Not as you go. He's gonna need some downtime to whip up a healing poultice. Like he'll tell you like he was gonna heal his face. He whipped up a whole healing poultice, but he had to use it on a magpie, so he's out at the moment. But
Well, we also will have like the nighttime.
yeah, overnight he should be able to brew more, which is another day he's not fixing his fucking face. Oh,
Probably a good thing he's not fixing his face. He's a wanted man.
Yeah.
Well, he's wanted under the damaged one, I think.
they got his beaks. They know.
I would offer him, if it's better for him, he can chill in the hotel. He doesn't want to try and traipse back to his place when Archie Obscura's running.
He'd be down for that. He is absolutely willing to sleep in the dresser.
I'll let him use my bed because I can sleep in the dresser without being uncomfortable.
Bucket hasn't been uncomfortable once in the last 4 years. So that's a bold-faced lie. Okay. So you guys
I would be pretty
settle-
uncomfortable if half of my face got collapsed.
Yeah, I know. So you guys settle in the apartment. Noche Obscura falls. Immediately you see just 2 robot armies going to war in the streets below. You straight up see a fighter plane sipping across the sky just explode. A standard nighttime affair. Finally, a magpie makes its way back to you from all the way from admin. It does report. Newsflash, successfully ate 2 bites of spaghetti before being completely full. Like, sickeningly full. For the most part, she just spent that time cuddling the magpie doing her paperwork.
Aww.
You should send her an emotional support magpie to just chill there.
I'll write her a letter.
Alright, that gets us to the... Any final thoughts? Any final things you guys want to do before we end session?
I don't want to play it out, but I wouldn't mind just for a little bit before Caesar goes to bed, just going up and chatting with sad music for happy people, or was it happy music for
He's
sad?
not with us.
I forget which
there you go.
one.
Happy Music for Sad People is the one that chills on the roof.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to go chat with him just a little bit before bed.
Uh,
Nothing I wouldn't feel the need to play out, just like want to go pop in and say hi.
he's happy to see you. He offers you a beer.
I will drink.
You guys sit down and watch the chaos. Yeah, that's where we're going to close out for the night. Unless anyone else has anything else?
Nope.
Alright. First things first.
Actually, I will offer him some spaghetti.
He's just going to slurp it right up. Okay, so everyone gets an experience point for showing up. Let's do some questions. Who stayed in character the best this session?
Hex.
Stayed in kitty cat character.
I would. My vote is for. I want to actually vote for Skeeter specifically for the sort of figuring out in character reason to have Skeeter stay with us because I like that.
The government's going to regulate my mech.
I'm voting for Caesar.
I should vote for Magpie so we can have a 5-way.
I will
Hi.
stop
Do
that
it.
experience. Don't do it.
Do it.
Well, I have 70.75 for whatever reason, so
So
actually,
do I.
Yeah, we all have 0.75 actually. So
Alright, point 25, everyone get it. Alright.
Hit 7 points. I need to spend those.
Who was most useful this session?
Wait, where's my XP?
I would say Caesar was most useful, just for like him being the button play. Actually, no. My vote's for Bucket.
Yeah, can we actually vote for Bucket? I'd vote for Bucket too. Hell yeah.
Okay. I need to ask, where do experience points that are voted for NPCs go? Do they go to that NPC, or do they go to Urban Decay or like someone else?
No, Urban Decay is the, that's what happens in Hub Squad, because I get mad at you guys sometimes. Let's say it goes to Bucket in this situation if you guys vote for Bucket.
Yippee! I vote for bucket.
Bucket.
Bucket. Bucket.
Vote for bucket.
Alright, yeah, you just fucking yeet it into the abyss that is Bucket. Done and done. Alright. Finally, who was most fun tonight?
I really liked the kitty.
I'm gonna try and go and give points to Hex again because I loved the scene of like I don't actually know what's going on, so we're gonna cause chaos.
Yeah, I'm also voting for Hex for that. I think it's great.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for Skeeter because it was also a part of that as well.
Alright, hell yeah. Get an experience. I think that goes experience point for chaos, right?
Yippee!
Alright. Any final thoughts, concerns, questions?
This was a fun session, but other than that,
I have 12 points and I don't know what to do with them.
yeah, I'm in the same boat. I have 7, which is not as much as 12.
Actually, I'm just kidding. I have 13 because I forgot the one for showing up.
You should be able to. You can either upgrade abilities you have or buy new ones, or you could spend it on stats or skills or base willpower. But
See, Sam. You know what? I know I can. I don't know how to.
oh, okay. So you can always buy stats for 5 points per die. That's
Okay.
just always an option. Skills are 2 natively. Now, since you're a greaser, some of them only cost 1. Like, buying dice and drive only costs 1 for you.
Okay.
That's a normal dice. Hard dice cost 2 times whatever they cost. Wiggle dice are a times 4 multiplier. So, like, let's say you wanted to buy another wiggle dice and drive. That would be 4 points for a wiggle dice.
I am going to go to sleep, guys.
Good
All right.
night,
Farewell.
Jack. Sleep well, buddy.
Me.
Now, if you wanted to upgrade anything on your mech, you should see the cost per die written on there somewhere, I believe. And that cost per die is how many points one dice costs.
I'm actually. Oh yeah, base cost 1, base cost 2. Okay, I think I see it.
Okay.
I don't know. My shit's kind of scuffed right now because we had to do some like finagling since it wasn't working.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. But I'm sure we can figure out what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
might need to borrow you for a
No worries, man. I
leveling up.
am always here.
You can, if you're okay sharing like your sheet with me, you can also ask me. I'm
Oh, perfect.
close to as good at building powers as Sam. I'm not as good, but like I've built a lot of powers.
I would appreciate all the input I could get.
Yeah. Sam might get angry at how I tend to build powers, but I probably won't do that. You're playing a vehicle, so you're basically already at what I would do to a normal power.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing obnoxious stuff, hey Sam, how do I build something that's contingent on 2 different powers? Can I just take an attached with a -1 instead of -2?
Let's see here. So it would be like an either-or situation?
Yeah, so basically I kind of want to do an if-then for an endless rather than attaching it.
Yeah, that would usually just be like a -1, and then
Yeah,
instead of
basically
yeah.
what I'm trying
So
Go ahead.
first.
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a like kind of block that triggers every time I throw my coin, which would be either trick shot or coin walk. Currently,
I would just have an if-then that as long as the coin is in motion, it does this.
yeah, this would basically be to like intercept attacks and make me not squish.
That works.
I think I meant to build that last session, but I forgot.
Like, I've straight up just done a power, like Like, I've done a contingent that activates when someone else spends willpower.
Nice.
So
Have I run
that's-
into that?
What?
Have I run into that power or no?
No, it just got written a little while ago, actually.
Okay.
I hope to God you guys run into it because it's an entirely optional encounter that you might miss. That being said, I hope you find it because I spent 3 days writing that guy. And
Oh,
it'd be really cool if you found him.
Uh,
Alright.
really quick. For what is it? For I have something here attached. Delayed effect, obvious. Variable effect. Oh, I thought I had a willpower thing on make tech better. Hold on.
I think you have willpower bet on it.
It might be invest.
Well, I'm not seeing it here, but the numbers end up adding up
Tech
regardless.
better has willpower investment and willpower bid. It's 2 hard dice, 3 points per die.
Got it. So yeah, willpower bid is like if you go to possess a machine and for whatever reason it fails, like the machine just spits you out and you don't successfully possess it, you would lose a willpower. Willpower investment is whenever you activate this power, you have to invest 1
For
point of
this-
willpower per normal die, 2 per hard die, and 4 per wiggle. But when you end the power, you get all that willpower back. It's just you need to have at least that much willpower to use it, and you're not going to get it back until that power ends.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the problem is. Okay, hold on. Let me send you the picture I have here.
Sam, can I build this as heavy armor? Not hardened, but conditional heavy armor for if he's throwing his coin.
I would build it hardened, honestly,
You would build it hardened?
because it doesn't make sense for penetration to get through it, does it?
Okay. Sure.
Actually, wait. I guess penetration could get through the coin, couldn't it?
I was thinking penetration to me would be something that is moving with enough force that I'm likely not going to be deflecting it with a coin.
Well, penetration can be a number of things.
Mhm.
It could be an object with a heavy armor rating. It could just be a particularly hardened bullet. That's
Yeah.
the most common form of penetration, is just armor-piercing rounds. So if it's like one of those would stop it. What's going on here?
So the reason why I bring this up is because the numbers check out, but I don't have any willpower investment or bid on it.
Oh.
Bid on it, bid on it, bid. I'm not sure why.
You guys might have rebuilt it from what was posted in chat.
We might have. I was looking at the one in chat. Let me check here. 2, 10.
Oh, it has delayed effect. That's probably where those went.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the
I
one
don't
in
think
chat
we've been
doesn't
using-
have delayed effect, does it?
I don't think we've been playing with delayed effect as like a thing.
7.
Well, make tech better always has taken the whole time to happen, yeah?
Yeah,
Has it?
it's never been instant.
Okay. Never mind then.
Or at least I don't think we've run it as instant.
Yeah, no, it's never been instant. This is the 2 hard dice on anything that I can move around. It's always. taken
Oh,
a
okay.
bit
So
of time.
that's why you've said it takes around. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I understand now.
Yep. This seems fine.
Okay.
That does seem better than investing 5 willpower every time you want to use that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could put another hard dice in it if I wanted to, but I was trying to make sure that I wasn't going to burn through a bunch of willpower trying to use it.
Yeah. Delayed effect, the more it cares about extras for the most part. So if you used variable effect, to add extras to something, it would take longer for it to set in.
Oh,
But
okay.
dice, it would just be fine.
Okay.
Like, because right now all you have is augment and variable effect.
Mhm.
Does
I
it
mean,
only have?
so-
Does it only have useful?
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, well, for the most part, it's just been on my like personal abilities, right? Like on
Yeah.
stats. So it's not
So-
technically a part of.
Technically speaking, how we've been running it is still fine because you've only used it for useful stuff, I think. But if you ever wanted it to augment on like a shield or anything, or to make an attack better, you would have to buy an attack or defense capacity.
And that would be a lot.
It would be exactly the same price as it is now. If you wanted to buy a defense quality, it would just double the price, and if you wanted to buy an attack quality on top of that, it would be 12 points per basically, and then it would make further dice more expensive.
Mhm.
I swear to God, we had this thing make a shield once though.
Oh yeah, no, there's no. I just have I have a regular, just a cloak shield. I don't know if we've actually made it make a shield.
A little while ago. Have a good night, everyone.
I'm not.
David?
But I'll be sure to make sure I don't do that. I guess.
Okay. Yeah, because your cloak doesn't have a mass capacity.
Mhm.
So, I probably did run it wrong once because there was another version we made when talking about the character that I think I was thinking of, but whatever. It hasn't come up too much, so
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to augment a stat, or sorry, to make it like a stat, you would need like at least a duration in all three qualities, but that would be like a true. It is actually a stat dice that gives you passive benefits and like increases capacities. What we're doing right now with augment is just whenever you go to roll a dice for a useful thing, it just gets to add those dice.
Oh wait. Okay. So if I, let's say for example, I have my 2 hard dice set on like body. I can't use the 2 hard dice to like make an attack thing, or am
Yeah,
I
because you only have
reading
a
that wrong?
useful. It looks like you only have a useful quality here.
Okay. Okay. So if for example I had to roll brawling, I wouldn't be able to
Correct.
with body.
Now,
Okay.
we can make it so that it does that. What you would do is you would take off augment and make it like endless. You would give it like I don't know. Yeah, just make it like endless, and you would buy an attack and defense quality, and that would turn it into basically like a alternate forms power, which is basically you can staple new like qualities and capacities onto the tech you're in. So
I see.
if we did that, you would be able to augment brawling or like make an energy shield or stuff like that.
Okay. And you said endless. What is the endless modifier?
Endless is +3, so you'd actually make this power a point cheaper.
Okay. Cool. Well, I would still have to buy the attack and defense, right?
Yes, but so it would basically go from 12 points to about let's see here. It would go from 2 to 4 to 8, 20. It would be 12 points. It would go from 12 to 24. Do you have that?
I don't have that immediate, but
If it's
What if I
under,
just-
like, how many points do you have right now?
I have 7.
Let's see here. Tell you what.
Let's.
If you give it, tell you what, this is a pretty hard to mess up power. You could give it willpower bid. Willpower bid is not that bad a flaw, especially for a power as reliable as this. As long as you don't try and activate it when things are like bad, like in combat where you could get hit or messed up, willpower bid is pretty reliable.
Even if you activate it when you can get hit, if you're buying another dice in it, you should be fine. Because if you're getting hit, you should only be losing one die from your pool.
And what
So the
willpower
thing
bid
is
would do
that-
sorry, what's up?
It's also attached to like my universal compatibility, right? So
Yes.
if I'm already in something, unless I get pulled out at the time of me activating it.
Basically, that is the primary thing you'd be worried about, because I'm pretty sure you're immune to pain and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. It's just
I'd have
like,
to
you know,
double check, but
little.
I think.
In my brain, it's like, you know, little bits of hex get spread out across the machine, and if you just pull her out when she's not ready, you know.
Yeah, you didn't properly eject the USB, so there's some files still left in
Oh,
there.
I love that.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll give it willpower bid, downgrade augment to endless, give it 2 more capacities, and what that's going to do is, let's see here, that'll get us down to 1, 4,
Endless
3,
attacks
12.
defense.
It will cost exactly the same. So endless willpower bid gets it down to 4 for 2 hard dice. Buy the 2 other, just buy the other 2 capacities or qualities. For the exact same. They have the exact
Does willpower
same.
bid cost?
Yeah, same cost, same extras, same everything. It's just instead of a U, it's a D and an A. 1 for attack, 1 for defense. And
Oh, wait, so I can't put all of them.
yeah. So we're just copying these flaws and extras 2 more times, and we're putting them on an attack and defense.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Let me just
And
make
if
sure
we
I have the
put-
math here.
If we downgrade augment to endless, which is a +3, and we put willpower bid on the flaws, that'll bump it down 2 points per die to 1 cost per die. And if it costs 1 per die, 2 hard dice is 4 points per capacity or quality. Sorry, I keep doing that. We have 3 qualities now. That's 12 points total.
Mm-hmm. All right.
There's 3 qualities, so it's still going to cost 3 points per die, but we're getting more out of it.
Okay, hold on. You're gonna have to explain that again really quick.
No worries. Just finish typing it out, and I'll go over it.
Yeah. So, no, it's more of that last statement you said confused me about it costing 3.
Okay, so the minimum any quality can cost is 1 point per die. And we're putting 3 qualities on this: attack, defense, and useful. So the lowest it will be able to cost is 3 points per die.
Would that make my hard dice 6? Question.
It'll make it cost what it cost originally. You know, where it costs 3 per die. So, yeah, it would make your hard dice cost 6 because, that's what it cost when it was in the original form, when it also cost 3 points per die. Do you see?
Oh, wait. Oh. Well, okay, hold on. Let me show you what I have here. Because I have it at one per die.
Yes. The new
Math is hard.
screenshot is
Yeah.
correct. No. Don't do
hold
booster
on.
3. Do variable
Oh,
effect.
that's a different one. That's universal compatibility.
Oh, sorry. I thought you posted the.
I posted a new one here.
There it
I-
is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. But that's
Okay.
that's just what you've done there is just an attack.
Yeah. I just have
Defense
I have
and
it.
useful.
I have 3 of them basically.
Oh, yeah, then that's fine. But you'll notice This costs 4. We bought 3 of them. That adds back up to 12. Same cost as the original power.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn. So if I wanted to put more heart dice in, I'd have to pay more.
It would still be expensive, but your power just got a lot better.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, I'm trying to figure out flaws that don't feel super bad to add to this.
So for the blanks.
No, for the coin block.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be hard to... Heavy armor has no good flaws.
I'm currently at 3 points per die, which is not great.
It's
But
not great, but that's amazing for a heavy armor power, especially if it's hardened.
it is.
Cool. Okay. I now have 3 heart dice in each one of those things because I had enough to
Nice.
set it up.
So yeah, you're able to do a lot with that.
But only if you give me a round.
Yeah, you'll need a round or two. But
Yeah.
I'm sitting here staring at Fragile like it's so bad, but like maybe.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's you get hit once, and then every attack has an easy time hitting you now.
No.
It'll make you really good in a 1v1, I will say that, but...
Cracks! I hate that!
How dare you give me something that's exactly what I want?
I'm also looking at depleted, but the issue is depleted. I'm looking at currently like 1 dice, and I'm like, no. That's not worth it to only be able to use it once.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, this is a fun little power you've built here. So once you're jacked in, you can just go, okay, I'm going to look at this thing's stats. I'm going to make... Now, you can either split these qualities up because you've built them as 3 pools.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put them together on the same power, you would... So the weird thing about this is it's technically better to build these as 3 separate dice pools if you're augmenting individual stuff.
That's absolutely better. You should super be doing it.
But if you have them on 3 separate dice pools, you can't do stats.
Oh, that's true.
So let me explain the reasoning here. Stats have all 3 capacities or qualities.
Oh, okay.
Qualities have to match to mimic something. Now you can mimic stats perfectly with all 3 qualities on something, but those dice, they can only be used for one thing at a time. The way you've built it, where they're separate, they're on 3 separate things. You could technically put like 3 hard dice on an attack and 3 hard dice on like a defense power.
Yeah. They wouldn't be able to do my bonuses to body.
Yeah.
I think you actually technically shouldn't have been able to do that with how it was built, unless I was misunderstanding.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been doable before. I mean,
Okay.
it had augment, so what they were doing was, whenever
Oh,
they
okay.
were doing something useful, they were just augmenting onto, like, athletics.
Okay.
But
That
you
makes
wouldn't have
sense.
been able to augment onto, like, your shield or brawling, you know?
Okay.
Now,
okay.
this has its own issues where, you know, you can buff stats, but you're not going to be able to, like, augment your own shield anymore. Because you don't have augment, you just have variable effect. At best, you would be able to make, like, a secondary shield, which...
Why not just make an augment power to augment the shield?
You could do that. You could do that. That's very possible.
Easy.
Or like, if you're possessing an auto turret, you'd be able to make its sensors better. You'd be able to maybe, like, if it doesn't have heavy armor, you could try manifesting some extras to beef its armor up. Or, like, you could do stuff like that. But you're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to take the dice you have and, like, staple it onto its main gun attack anymore because you don't have augment.
Okay, I see.
And all my problems with this really go away if I just unharden this armor.
Yeah, that is the issue, isn't it? So, yeah, Leo, what you're running into is the problem we all hit, which is like, I want endless variable effect and augment on 3 qualities. Why can't I do this?
Yeah.
Why do things cost points?
Again, you can just, if you have variable effect and can make powers, just make an augment power, right?
Can do that, but remember, you only have the quality for free. You'll have to dig up 4 points worth of flaws or blanks. Otherwise, you're spending willpower. So, a thing variable effect can do is you can spend a round basically just deconstructing the power and building a new power using that dice pool. But you have to be very careful with your extras. So, like, let's say you take your make tech better and you go, okay, I want this turret I'm in to have a flamethrower. You can totally do that. That's totally doable. So you're going to give it spray and you're going to give it burn, which is 3 points worth of extras. Now you can just do that straight out, but you're at a point deficit. You're 3 points over what you started with. Because the endless is just for the manifested powers and stats. It doesn't translate to the power itself. So, where do those 3 points come from? Well, normally, it comes from your willpower. So, that's 3 points per die you're in deficit for. You have 2 hard dice. That's a times 4 multiplier. If you wanted to make a flamethrowing power, that would be 12 willpower. But that's a lot. So, sorry, what's up?
And there's no way I could sink any of that cost to the fact that I'm a focus, right?
We can, there is something we can do to sync points. You can still buy flaws as long as they're appropriate. So, like, let's say...
You can't really buy focus, though, because you already used focus on the main power.
Focus is already there, unfortunately.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can buy, like, reduced capacity. It's a flamethrower. It's not going super far. You could buy scattered damage. Because, you know, I mean, 2 hard dice, it would normally just hit the head. And we're doing this mostly for the burn. It doesn't need to, like... We can scatter it around a little bit. I don't care.
And, like, we need to make Sam angry because he hates that.
I do hate that flaw, but don't let that stop you from using it. It's a good flaw. I hate the fact that it makes things slow. That's all.
I feel like it would be a lot less bad if the time that we saw it used wasn't frosty.
That's true. And you could also throw obvious on it, because you're on fire. That's hard to miss. Now, you're at 0 points. It doesn't cost willpower anymore. Now, the issue with augment is that's a -4. Or that's 4 flaws you have to find.
Can't you do, like, only for augment, can only augment dice? I guess you could give it depleted and like, figure out something else.
You can't do that second one. You could do if then only for augmenting dice pool. You could do depleted. That's doable.
Not great. That gives you 4 uses, but
it's still workable. Let's see. That's what, -2. Yeah, that's -2. power kind of has obvious on it, but I guess we could.
You can do
Obvious.
power bid's like almost always safe.
Yeah, we could do it again.
Know what you're doing.
We could actually do obvious again because the created power doesn't natively have it, so we could do
Mhm.
obvious again.
Okay. But this is a lot to think about when I'm already be on the fly, right? Like this is something I'd be creating if someone puts me
this
into
is
something,
stuff
right?
you would normally like. So, what I recommend doing with variable effect powers is just sit down for a moment, think, okay, what am I gonna want to do with this? Like, what are like the 3 or 4 things I'm pretty much always gonna want to have on hand?
Hey,
And
can
I
you make
just-
some sort of healing with that? That like be on the table?
Yeah, you could do healing with that. You could be like healing
Thank
power on the
goodness.
music on the radio.
I suppose.
You're in
yeah.
desperate need of a healer. Like I like Bucket. I appreciate that he can do heals. But holy crap, we need that.
Maybe
If Caesar dies, I was straight up planning to play a Chop Doc just because I hate not having access to healing.
maybe Hex will try and buy a fucking auto dock or something.
Yeah, we could say in character Bucket's giving you some ideas. Like,
Okay.
no, the
Yeah.
heart's up here, buddy. What are you doing?
Oh.
That's your
Wait, hold
neck. Wait, why is your heart up there? That's your neck, friend.
Biology in the city is a nightmare? What do you mean you needed that space for your kidneys? Why are they up
That's a
here?
car's trunk. That's a car's trunk. That's not attached to you. What do you mean? What do you mean?
That's a problem Hex would actually have though. Is the thing.
Nightmare.
Okay. So
We've just made a nightmare power for you, buddy. I hope you enjoy it.
well, no. The issue is that the reason why I liked variable effect in this case is just because I could basically just put the points in whatever like stat that I needed, right? And that usually is probably good enough for whatever variable effect I want, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, if you need something built on the fly, I can build powers really fast. So just DM me, and I'll have something in like 2 minutes, which is usually fast enough if you just keep talking. I'm not trying to like pull one over on Sam. I literally did that last session in Hub Squad for Derek.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more of, I guess the question is now, do I want to be able to make powers on the fly or just be able to make the tech that's already there better, right? Is
I
that
guess-
kind of what I'm getting?
So with variable effect, you can turn it into an augment power, and then do that anyway, if
Oh,
that's what you
okay.
want to do. That's what we were
I
talking
mean-
about earlier.
So you could add a couple flaws to restrict like how you're doing it to make it feel better being directly related to the tech that it is, because there's nothing technically saying that. And it
you
works
could do an
nice.
You could do an if then that says must respect original technologies capacities. So like you're not going to be able to make a CD player into a mortar, but you can make it do like a sound cannon thing.
Also, that also does give you the benefit of buying a blank, which is
A blank is
Big.
a flaw. Well, it's an extra, but it acts as a flaw on any powers you build using that power. So it'd be, you're like, okay, I'm at 0. I have a point. I'm gonna buy blank +1. And you remember when we were doing the math on the flamethrower? You would have blank as a flat -1 on that power, so you wouldn't need to buy like obvious or scattered damage, or you might be able to take off reduced capacity because you have the blank taking up that point.
and so what you're going to do from here is you're going to add flaws onto buy blanks until you have it working within the bounds of making tech better that you want, because it is kind of freeform now and not really doing what the power says it's doing on the tin.
Yeah, so like, must work within bounds of original tech. That's a free -1 right there. And it seems like you were pretty much gonna do that
Yeah.
anyway.
I think so. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Let's say that's a number.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that's a -1. It's
Minus
gonna be all
one.
capacities, and that's gonna give all. Sorry, it's gonna give all qualities a +1 blank.
Should this also have power only for variable effect? The if then for that?
Probably, yeah. So if then only for variable effect means you can't use this power on its own to do stuff, which, you know, it's attached to universal compatibility. I figured it wasn't going to happen anyway. But what it means is it's like this is only for building stuff to make tech better. That'll get you up to +2 on blank, because that one's a -1. So if then only for
And then-
variable effect -1.
Only for variable effect. Okay.
Only for variable effect.
What is? Oh, so that specific if then is attached to variable effects? Question mark.
Yeah,
What's
kind
the-
of.
Okay.
It basically means because
Here, let me
right
find a
now,
picture of how it's written in the book, because they have a couple examples.
yeah, without that flaw, you're able to roll this power as an attack on its own, but that's not really what it does, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Okay, I
this
see what you mean.
isn't a gun. This isn't a laser. It's just
Yeah,
there to
so
make other
here's-
stuff.
Here's cosmic power from the book. There's more things there, but I didn't
Oh, okay.
take. Yes, that's how they note it down. I don't like the book's formatting. I feel like they could format powers better.
Yeah. I mean, I get why they
Okay.
did it, but yeah.
That said, I'm sitting over here saying I have perfect formatting when, like, it's okay.
Okay, so really quick. So this means that so you said I can just make an augment power
Yeah.
to increase skill. What does that actually look like? Does that just look like I'm using the hard dice that I have there to, like, what is the?
So
Am I just adding boosters?
no, we don't need boot. Augment doesn't increase capacities. There's no real good way to do. Well, you could buy boosters and then augment that. You can augment extras onto things, but you have to use the smaller of the two dice pools to do that. So if you really wanted to augment on boosters to stuff, you would have to buy like 10 normal dice. But no, if you just wanted to up, augment is pretty much how you're using it. It would just be like, okay, I like the dice pool this thing has. Like it would be like, I like Junkzilla's rotor gun. I'm gonna make that better.
Mhm.
That's actually a bad example because it's it goes off of Skeeter's drive skill anyway. But it'd be like, I like my shield. I'm gonna make my shield better. What you would do is you would do make tech better. And what would happen is you would turn this power into an augment power. So you have 2 levels of blanks. Is that what we're up to now?
Okay, so I have one if then. Oh, okay. So I have 2 if thens. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Must
so
be
there should be
for-
like
okay,
one
okay.
if then that you must respect the bounds of the original tech. Now, however you want to phrase.
Yeah.
Does what the tech originally did.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, can't do for if then for variable effect only. You know, you can't use this as its own power. It can only build other powers or do like stats or skills or stuff. Right?
Yeah.
That gives
Yeah,
you
yeah.
2 points because you are already at 1 per quality.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
you
Okay.
have to-
So really quick. sorry, I don't actually have augment on this because now I have endless. Is that something?
No. So what you're doing is you're going to use variable effect to build an augment
I see.
power.
Okay.
Yeah, so you basically go, okay, I'm going to make this an augment power. Mentally, this thing no longer has any of its flaws or extras. Once you do variable effect, it's a blank slate.
Mhm.
You have 2 levels of blank on there. If you haven't written those down, please do. You have
Yeah.
2 levels of blank. So we basically, instead of starting at 0, we're starting at -2.
Mhm.
Augment is a +4. That gets us up to 2.
We need to be at 0.
We need to be at 0.
You can do only for augmenting dice. That's pretty much free with what you're trying to do.
Yep.
This is for the sub augment power. Just to be clear.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally augment can put extras onto things. We're not doing that, so that's pretty much one you're always going to put onto the augment, right?
And then for this example, we can just do obvious. Overcharging the shield makes it glow or something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something like that. And just like that, we now have an augment power that applies to all 3 qualities. Once you're at 0, you can just copy and paste pretty much. And now you can just add. Oh, sorry, I hit my
No
mic
worries.
there because
That sounded like the Vine boom sound. I'm not even joking.
I was gesturing with my hands. Sorry. Yeah, and just like that, you can now staple those dice to your shield. It's a complicated way of going about it, but it works.
Okay. So what dice? The 3 hard dice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 3 hard
So-
dice and make tech better. You would just be able to staple that onto your shield now.
So we just explained to you how to do what you've already been doing, basically. It's just a new way to do it. There's that figurative hoop that you have to jump through. 90% of the time, that hoop's going to get hand waved.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you should only be doing this when you have a round where you're not under stress anyway.
Mhm.
But once we have that, basically what we've done is we've taken what your power is already doing. We've made it a little bit more complicated. So if you ever have questions, please ask. We're glad to help you out. We've made it a little bit more complicated, but it can already do everything it was already doing and more stuff now. It can also buff your stats. It can also give you the passive benefits for buffing your stats instead of just buffing your rolls now. And now it can also make secondary powers for the tech you're in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's arguably a third flaw that we should be adding to make it work how we feel like it should work, but I can't think of it.
I think we're probably, but we're already kind of pushing it.
Fair.
All right. Now, we covered a lot of complicated mechanics there. If you ever need us to go over those again, just let me know. I'm always here to answer questions about this. Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And I play a Tinker, so I can also explain this pretty well, because Tinker is literally just variable effect. I only have this power that you made, I just have a lot more dice in it. That's what Sweet Tooth is.
I see.
And if you've written it down, would you mind posting the screenshot, Leo?
Sure. Yeah. Here. This is copy and pasted in all of the 3 abilities. So let me just send it to you.
Those should be 1 dice pool.
Just so we're clear, this is all 1 dice pool.
Okay. So it would be
all 3 qualities are going to be on 1 dice pool.
okay. So it should be A plus 2.
D plus
E
2,
plus 2,
U
and
plus 2.
U plus 2.
You're copying all of the extras and flaws onto each quality because they're all there, but all 3 are sharing these 3 hard dice. Okay, it's not 3 separate hard dice. It's all 3 qualities are using the same 3 dice, so you can't split them up too easily.
Let's see.
So you can't do 3 hard dice in flamethrower and 3 hard dice and shield, for example.
I see.
I see
Yeah.
you have 1 blank written down in column or row 2.
I see. Yeah, no, I'll get rid of that.
2 at the bottom.
Yeah.
Blank is a godsend, by the way. That makes building some powers not a nightmare. If you can ever manage like 4 blank, you don't have to think about it. You can just tell Sam what you're doing, and he's like, "Yeah, we can probably do that," and then you don't have to think about it anymore.
The downside is to make a power that does that, you have to have some really complicated flaws to start it up.
Or make it very expensive.
Or make
Yeah.
it very expensive.
Oh, my next question is, so the willpower bid, is that, how much willpower is that for 3 hard dice?
1.
Oh, okay,
It's only
fantastic.
ever going to bet 1.
Cool.
Which is why willpower bid's generally pretty safe,
Yeah.
because you're only betting 1, and you're usually...
So power bid is... It's basically saying, I am never going to activate this power in a place where it can fail. And I'm not going to buy a small dice pool of normal dice.
Or
Like,
you're saying, I really, really want to -1. I have willpower bid on my trick shot, which is maybe not the smartest thing, but it's there, and I haven't missed yet.
Hmm.
It's pretty hard to miss with that, because it has radius. Oh wait, if I have that on radius, do I have to pay for every person I'm attacking?
That's a good question. I think the answer might be yes.
Okay, I might try and take that off.
I'll double check. I know there's a... The rule I'm referencing references willpower cost, which has a different wording.
Yeah,
One.
so willpower bid is for every activation of the power, and I feel like that's happening in 1 activation, although maybe not.
I think it should still be 1, but
To activate your power, you must bid 1 willpower. If you fail to activate the power for any reason, you lose the willpower. If the power activates, you keep the willpower cost. If I miss, does that count as still being activated?
no.
As long as I have a match?
No. If you...
Okay.
If the power fails to activate for any reason.
So even if like I clink off someone's heavy armor, does that count as it failing to activate?
That counts as a failure, yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I might take that off. To activate your power, you must spend 1 willpower equal to 1 per die that you roll, 2 per hard die, blah, blah, blah. If you fail to activate the power for any reason, you do not need to spend the willpower. It is the same wording.
Oh, it is? Cool.
I feel like I'm actually going to take that and spray off the... Because I'm not sure about spray, because it has some downsides and awkward things with my, what is it? Augment.
That's fair. Okay. Well, I have to get ready for work. Any final questions, or?
Nope.
My final question is, have a good night.
Not a question. There's one willpower.
Not.
I'm just joking. Alright. See you, dudes.
See ya.
Good night.